Hello, welcome to Power Play. I am your GM, Rick Budd, and these three wonderful people you see before you. Hang on, just getting the thing going. Okay,
We
these
didn't
three
forget
wonderful.
who we are.
Yeah, no, sorry, I had to start my timer, or else I've got to remember to take a
You're
break.
good.
Uh, I'm not good at judging time as it goes by in game. Like sometimes,
And
okay,
then it goes beep,
but
beep, 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 and it's always when you're talking.
yeah.
I
Well,
love that beep, 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 beep.
life is
I've been
about
friends with that beep, beep,
trade-offs.
beep, beep, beep for years now.
The person who loves the beep 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 is Sam DeLev, our Cadrax Eversinger, and the person who just tried to come from me there was B Zelda, our Ulez Galley, and the person who hasn't said anything yet is Caitlin Bruder, our Benny Beckett. Hello. Omar Najam is not here this week. He is once again off doing Omar things we can only dream about. I assume. But I want to throw a special thanks out to Jake and Lauren and the mods and everyone at QueueTimes. It is only by virtue of you doing what you do that we can do what we do, and we are super grateful for it. Your subs and your bits help support QueueTimes, and your donations to the tip jar you see there on the bottom help support the people you see on screen. That is our Feed the Cast fund, and to that end, we have got some rewards as usual. If we get to $50 a point of community determination, by my count, I think the team has 2 points of community determination now. And I think there are only other 2 points of determination out on the board. So determination, as always, going at a premium. So $50 community determination. And if we get to $150, the mysterious benefactor. In game, our team has a mysterious benefactor who can get them cool gifts wherever they might happen to be in time or space. Outside the game, we know that mysterious benefactor is you, the chat. So far this season, you have given the team a healing elixir, a single-use holographic disguise generator, a gym pass that gave them +1 to a physical attribute, a single-use nanotechnology spray-on armor, single-use memory pruner, which is like kind of a Men in Black neuralizer. Yes, Sam, I know, they're real. Single-use portal generator, single-use sensory accelerator, that prevents you from being surprised. And this week, if we get to $150, chat can provide Benny Beckett with a fireproof superhero style bodysuit. It is
I get
fireproof.
to keep my clothes because of a joke we made
Yes.
last episode.
It is fireproof and it is lava-proof, and Benny unfortunately lost her fireproof clothing, and I do not want to have to keep making poor Benny cover her nakedness in fire. So the bodysuit comes in black, but it is easily alterable and dyeable. So when you get to Back to the Future or wherever you're going, ultimately you can make it look whatever you want. You turn it into Benny's super suit. So yeah, Benny Beckett gets a fireproof, lava-proof, superhero-style bodysuit. And if we get to $250, the after credits lore drop, a revealing glimpse of some important but previously unseen part of our story or universe. You can always see these tiers in chat with the command unlocks. And if you can't support us by donating, you can help us by liking and commenting on YouTube videos and sharing our tweets and help promote the show and stuff. And we really appreciate that. And we also really appreciate the fan art y'all have done for us. That never stops kind of melting our hearts. So thank you to everyone who does that. And now you can get Power Play merchandise. There are t-shirts and stickers with Caitlin's wonderful character art, both the original version and the updated versions, and our Power Play logo by our friend Hector Lowe. And all that is available at the QueueTimes Stream Element store. That does not, I repeat, does not mint NFTs. So Stream Element store, Jake will pump that link into chat for you. The game we play here is called Icons. It is published by Ad Infinitum Adventures, and it was created by a righteous fellow named Steve Kenson. You can find him on Twitter at @skenson. Yeah, he's great. The book edition that I have is published by Green Ronin. They've been sold out of it forever. I don't know if it's ever coming back, but you can get it in PDF. And I think sometimes you can get like print to PDF versions directly from Ad Infinitum. Highly recommend it. It's a fantastic system. You can follow the show at PowerPlay RPG on Twitter and Instagram. PowerPlay is now available as a podcast for the podcast inclined. Check that out wherever fine pods are casted. Now, Also, Omar is doing all sorts of incredible things in the Discord. He is running the Port Ruby Poetry Review. Omar is writing poems, and we've got poems by Drac and by Liz, and there's some poems by some other cool folks coming up soon. So check out the Port Ruby Poetry Review in the Discord. Omar has also been doing the super villain origin stories that you all unlocked during our last charity game. They are incredible, like literally tailor-written supervillain origin stories by one of the writers of Ms. Marvel. So please go read them. They are amazing. Omar is like the friggin' best. And especially relevant for today, Omar wrote an entire mystery novel in character as Vian Vigor. It's called The Maritime Mystery at the Crescent Cottage. You can download the whole thing as a PDF at Discord. I literally just reposted it, like 20 minutes ago. It is one of the first books that Vian ever wrote, maybe the first. So it exists as a work of fiction within the Power Play universe and within our own universe, technically making it multiversal.
And it's straight up actually good, y'all. Read it because it's a good book. Like, yes, Omar wrote it, and we're biased because we love Omar, but we're also correct because it's good.
It's so good.
Book. He wrote a book. He hadn't written a book before, and he's just like, Lamau, I'll write a book. And then he did.
Yeah, it's so much better than it has any business being, but it's like, that's Omar for you, So yeah, go check out the book. And those are the announcements. Time for Power Play.
Which is not very nice of them.
Previously on Power Play, the necklace that Benny got from Althea the Enlightenist sent Benny back in time to her family on November 15th, 2020. With help from Miranda Vorton, the team was able to follow her. Reunited in Bellwood, Michigan, they found themselves saving Benny's childhood friend Priya Singh from the Crowman. The crystal next sent them to the old western town of Grave Glen in the year 1871, where they helped Sheriff Virgil Wheeler save a man named Maynard Bendixson, an implied ancestor of Vian's good friend Destiny Bendixson. Next, they found themselves in a covert NSA research facility in Washington, D.C., where they helped their old friend Molly Darnell prove she didn't steal a huge shipment of N technology from a secure warehouse. And in the process, they gave Molly's boss, a guy named only as Bob, the idea to build a superhero team of his own. The next stop was in Port Ruby's Bray Square, only instead of their own time, the team landed somewhere in the 1930s, where they helped a Star Choir refugee named Crescent wriggle out from under the thumb of the gangster Twister Whitlow. They then jumped to Colorado in 2005, where they helped a young telekinetic boy and his teenage brother avoid being captured by agents of End. The kids later turned out to be Lila Pendry's nephews. Along the way, Benny came into close proximity to her younger self, warping reality such that Benny was able to give herself her own powers. The team then jumped again, only this time when they landed, they all found themselves in separate locations, except for Vian. For him, everything just went black. That's where we're going to pick up, but it looks like we have unlocked the first tier. Thank you so much, everybody. That gives you 3 points of community determination and sets us on the road to Benny getting her lava-proof bodysuit. Yes, help Benny use her powers without losing her clothes. So, Benny, just to remind everybody, Benny, you found yourself on a short, rickety boardwalk that runs along a narrow beach facing what you assume is the ocean. The sun is low in the sky. You can tell it was early morning. Some ways to the east, you can make out a dock jutting into the water, and to the west, there was some kind of a boatyard. your teammates were nowhere in sight. Ulez, you found yourself alone on a hilltop, surrounded by a flat grassy plain, bordered by a moody chestnut oak forest. Ahead of you was a dilapidated wooden fence, and just beyond it, an old graveyard with maybe 20 tombstones in it. Cadrax, you were standing alone on a stone path surrounded by pine trees. You smelled salt in the air. You could hear waves crashing and seagulls. Ahead of you was a modest little building with a sign above its double doors that read Crescent Cottages. And Cadrax, while you are taking that in, a voice behind you says, don't take this the wrong way, but you look like you haven't changed your clothes since 1935.
Wasn't
You
it
turn
37?
You turn and see a sharply dressed woman, who I will say is played by Rachel Weisz, sitting on a nearby bench. She's smoking a cigarette and kind of looking you over. Goldie Wolf, I'm a writer. And you are?
A surgeon.
Hmm.
It is nice to meet you.
I come here for inspiration. I always felt this island would make a great setting for a mystery, and I'd love to be the one who writes it. What brings you here, Doctor?
I look forward to finding out.
She holds out a box of cigarettes. Cigarette? They're menthols.
I am a surgeon.
A doctor who doesn't smoke. You know, you strike me as a very interesting person. If you feel like being friends, I'm in cabin 29. And she gets up and walks away. What do you want to do, Cadrax?
Ask several questions, but for now,
You want to try and catch her before she leaves? She's walking away.
Oh, no, because although I want to ask questions, I need to find my allies. That is of the utmost importance. So anytime I would be spending talking to this intriguing but health misinformed woman is better spent hunting.
So what do you want to do?
How far is she now?
Let's say she's 50 feet away. 20 feet away. She's not the Flash, you know.
I will give it a brief moment before I fly up.
You take to the sky, and you see you are on an island. It is off the coast of wherever it is you are, and the island is fairly small, maybe 2 miles, the whole diameter of the whole thing. It looks to be some kind. Yeah, tell you what, give me an intellect roll. Ooh. All right, you know what? 1 on the first roll is a bad sign. I'm changing die right now.
Yo, max die. Let's go. 12.
It looks to be some kind of, resort kind of place, You have seen stuff like this on TV. You've heard other doctors talk about resort towns and things like that. You can see beaches, you can see boats, you can see, just general tourist trappy kind of stuff. And you start flying around looking to see if you can. Wait, you got max die, so you said you got a 12?
Yes.
Okay. From the makes and the models of the cars that you see in the streets, you would guess that you are probably sometime in the 1940s.
I was not as insulted as I thought with the wardrobe. Huh.
And you start flying around looking to see if you can find your friends. Ulez, as you look around, you notice a sign on the fence that reads Guest Pensett Ridge Cemetery.
Okay.
And then from behind you, a voice. All right, where are your buddies?
We greet you.
And you turn around and you see what appears to be a young sheriff's deputy. I would say he cast him with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. And his name tag identifies him as Deputy G. Baker. And he kind of looks you over and he's, what in the world are you wearing?
An outfit? What are you wearing?
A uniform. And he kind of like looks closely at your face. He's, who are you under there? Take that mask off and let me see your face.
Oh, very well. We are Ulasgali. Do you require our designation? And they'll take their helmet off.
And he kind of and he kind of takes a step back and he's just, okay, I know you're not from around here.
Oh, no, we are not. Have you, by chance, located my allies? They are also not from around here.
Your allies?
Correct.
There are more of you?
3 more.
Did you come to invade the planet or something?
Oh, no. That is rarely a successful endeavor, at least by my account for Earth. We are simply here to explore and then find our way home.
Explore. Oh, you're here for the 4th of July festival this weekend.
What is the purpose of this festival again?
Purpose of the 4th of July?
Correct.
Today is the 4th of July. The festival goes all weekend. It's, to celebrate the birth of our nation.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, to birth a nation. We cannot even imagine. But, Mr. Baker, we must ask, what year is it?
What year is it? It's 1941.
Excellent. We thank you. You seem like you are an individual with a lot of presence and mystery-solving skills. If you require any assistance, just shout for Ulasgali and we might hear you. But until then, take care. Exist well, and they'll just walk away.
And you start to walk away, and he's like, and he kind of
back on.
Runs up behind you, and he's sort of like, we had some reports of young people drinking and smoking up here. Did you see anything like that?
Oh, no, we just arrived.
Well, the cemetery's closed right now, so technically you're trespassing, but
apologies.
I could let you off with a warning, but don't come back up here again.
Could you locate me to an area where humans congregate?
Yeah, humans. I suppose I can give you a ride back to town.
That would be brilliant.
Where are you staying?
Right here, but we wanted to move.
But you wanted to. Well, we'll figure something out.
Okay.
On the way.
Well, we thank you.
You're welcome. Come on. And he takes you to, an old police cruiser, a classic, what would be now a classic car. If I'm saying this correctly, I believe we have opened up the mysterious benefactor tier. Thank you so much, everyone.
It's the benefactor.
Yes! Oh my god, I'm dead. Why was it not called that from the beginning? The benefactor.
Pat jokes about it sometimes, but this one really is the mysterious benefactor gift.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Benny, you're gonna have that. Your fireproof, lava-proof bodysuit. So you get into the sheriff's car, and he drives you away towards the town. Benny, while you are looking around, you hear a voice yelling, "Help! Somebody help! Somebody help!"
Well, that's theoretically what I'm here for, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna see what's up.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a kid's voice, and it sounds like it's coming from somewhere way down on the beach. What do you want to do?
I start running. If a little kid needs help, yeah, I'm gonna go.
Okay, You leap down into the sand and start following the sound of the voice. And down the beach, you see a little girl running in your direction, waving her arms in a panic. She looks maybe 12 years old. She is wearing a plaid dress that probably strikes you as, fairly old-timey. And it's my brother. He swam out there, and I got distracted. And when I looked up, he was gone. I think he's drowning. You have to help him.
Point me where?
And she just like points sort of straight out towards like a buoy that's kind of floating, I don't know, maybe 30 yards offshore.
Okay. I think I'm still wearing like a parka. I was given like a pants and like a sweater or something, or like a shirt. What am I? I want to take the coats off, obviously.
But like a snowsuit, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
so
but I was given like pants and a sweater or something too. So I'm
sure.
So I'm just gonna I want to take the snowsuit off.
Okay, you get rid of the parka and you run into the water right where she was pointing. And she's, I don't see him anymore. He was there. And you dive in and start to swim. Benny, give me a strength roll.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Okay. 11?
Okay. Give me a coordination roll.
Okay.
Rolling a lot of ones today.
8.
Okay. You dive in and you swim for the spot she was pointing. The water is warmer than you would think, and the waves a little more forceful than they looked. But you are able to manage it. You are not the best swimmer and not the most at home in the water, I know. But with the determination you've got, you are able to make your way out there, and you dive beneath the surface and kind of open your eyes to look around. And after checking a couple of times, you spot a little boy. He is maybe 8 years old. His leg is caught in what looks like a net that is tethered somehow to the bottom, and he is struggling to get loose from it.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go get to him. I'm gonna try to like yank it apart.
Give me a strength roll.
Okay. Okay, that's 12.
You pull on that thing as hard as you can, and you're not able to tear the fibers. Those nets are made very strong, but you are able to just pull it just enough so that his leg can slide out from it. And he, as soon as you do, like he kind of like sinks a little bit. You can see he's exhausted from struggling.
I grab him and I get feet on the ground and kick like up as like off the ground as fast as hard as I can to get us upward.
Yeah, and you surface, and he kind of takes like a deep breath, and you swim him.
We're gonna go back. Yeah, we're gonna get you out of here.
Yeah, towards the shore, and as you
how young is this kid? Did you say?
About 8.
Oh gosh, so little.
And as you make your way in, the little girl comes running to you. Is he okay? Is he okay?
And so let's see, and we'll see if he's conscious, breathing, coughing up water.
He is coughing up water, but breathing.
Okay, yeah. I mean, as long as if he's coughing, that's good. That's good.
The girl hugs him, and you look at them sitting in the sand, and you get a little bit of deja vu. You have seen this boy and this girl sitting in the sand before, long ago, when Vian shared his postcog of your necklace with you.
Yes.
And as you are looking at that, Cadrax swoops down from the sky and lands on the beach next to you.
Oh my god. That's amazing. Doctor, I need your help really quick. And I'm gonna I didn't catch their names. We were busy. This little guy.
And the little boy's about to say something, and the little girl puts a hand in front of his mouth. We're not supposed to talk to strangers.
You don't have to, that's okay, but this is my friend, they're a doctor, and I think your little brother might need to be double checked out. Is that okay? We don't need your names if you don't want to give them. That's okay. I just want.
But I'm going to be watching you.
Please do. That's very good and responsible of you.
Greetings, miniature humans.
and the little boy says, "Greetings."
I'm going to examine you now.
Cadrax, give me a medical roll.
Of course. Oh no.
Abigail's the pediatrician. Okay? They're very
Okay.
different. 7.
You
No,
start
8, sorry.
8. Okay. You start looking him over, and while you're making your examination, you hear a car horn, and you turn and you see like a sheriff's car just driving up the road next to the boardwalk, and it stops. The door pops open, and out pops Ule's galley.
Ah, these are my allies, I'm gonna say to Baker.
And he looks out the window and he's like, "Huh, just regular human folk. Oh. Gonna be keeping my eye on you.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome."
Is everything okay over there? I'll kind of shout down because it looks a little tense. It's not like happy children.
Yeah, one of them's like, it looks drenched in water.
That is a question under examination at this moment. Greetings, ally.
As Ule's
Benny
makes their-
sees you getting out of a cop car. It is like, is everything okay, officer? Deputy? He's trying to like see this kid. See his.
and the deputy just kind of picks up his hat and waves it at you on the beach. And he's good luck, Ule's galley. And he gets back in his car and drives away.
Wow, very helpful police officer. 2 small children with a bunch of strangers who are soaking wet in marginal distress. Good job, dude. Okay.
Did you have expectations otherwise?
No, that's fair. I just hope, I think, every time, but it's never, it's
It's
what they're
the
supposed to do.
40s.
It's the
Everyone's
40s.
very trusting.
Yeah, and the kids don't, also, like, the kids just get to run around. Like, they don't, it's not as,
Not that kids
No, they
raise
do not
themselves,
get to run
but
around. This one needs to stay here.
this one
until I
needs to
finish
chill out, yes.
examination with it. It appears undamaged.
Yeah, Cadrax, you finish your examination, and as far as you can tell, he seems okay. He is not choking. He is not, it's asphyxiating or anything.
There are a few issues, but time will naturally resolve those issues, like being too small.
That's fair.
And
Are you supposed to be somewhere else? I don't know what time of year, day, or
she's,
etc. that, or
Oh,
all time.
July 4th, 1941.
Okay, so no summer and no supervision, or no school and no supervision. That checks out. Okay, do you need to be anywhere? Are you good?
we're not supposed to talk to strangers. And the
That's
little girl,
true.
she helps her brother up, and she's just like, "We're gonna go home now. Thank
Hey,
you." And she
please
extends her
do
hand
that.
to you.
Oh, to shake my hand?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Just shake.
She shakes your hand.
They're
and
good
she
doing
shakes your
business with
hand.
you. I hope get
Yes.
home safe and dry.
She kind of looks at you and she's like, "Huh, yeah, we're gonna get home." And they run down the beach together. And every once in a while, a little girl turns to look over her shoulder at you, and then they disappear down the beach.
That was not at all odd or suspicious.
Did you make some allies?
Unclear. Unclear.
They have
Okay.
little tactical value.
But they are very funny. When they fall over, it's hilarious.
That is
Vian would
true.
put
I
on
find that
compilation
extremely
videos.
amusing, and they do it. They do it more frequently than the adults, despite being closer to the ground, which is curious.
Very true, but that is why they receive less injuries, which is good, and that
They bounce back
increases the humor.
This. I appreciate your analysis. Have either of you observed Vian?
No, I haven't yet. I
No.
haven't gotten very far, but you guys are the only ones I've seen.
I did not see him in my flight. However, he does
3 for 4's
like to be invisible, so that is no guarantee that he was
yeah.
not nearby.
3 for
True.
4 is not bad, but hey, at least Vian has a head earpiece. Do they work here? I don't remember.
Oh, we have not tried, and we'll try and communicate. Vian, greetings.
Does
No
Cadrex hear it in
response.
theirs?
Cadrax, you hear it in yours.
Okay, 'cause
but
we know they
there is
work
no
at least.
response. And Benny, you do not have one right now.
Vian, contacting Vian. This is Ula's galley. We request communication.
Cadrax, you hear that too, but nothing.
Okay.
Perhaps he has lost his communicator.
I hope not.
Is there any way that you could attempt to triangulate his signal, Ules?
That is a very good idea. Bear with me one moment. Could I try a intellect or an interface would be the one that makes the most sense.
Yeah, you're gonna interface with the comm system.
Yeah.
Sure. Give me an interface roll, and you can apply your tech bonus to that.
Okay, thank you. 14.
14. You get the feeling that you have interfaced with the comms pretty successfully. You can triangulate where Cadrax is, but you do not find Vian anywhere, really. I mean, you kind of search as far as you can tell the entire 2-mile radius of the island, and nothing.
Is it like it's not pinging the communicator at all, like the earpiece, like it doesn't exist?
Yeah, kind of like that.
I regret to inform you that I have been unable to locate his location. It is like his communicator has never existed.
Oh.
Or it could be broken.
Or he could be in an electromagnetically shielded location, such as this water. We all found ourselves in various places.
That's true.
Ah.
What do we think? I don't know anything about space time, etc. What are the chances that this is something like how when we were traveling to Spire and we got knocked out of the wormhole and not where we were supposed to be going? Could we have left him somewhere somehow on accident?
It is exactly as likely as any other hypothesis driven by magic.
You know, that's fair. Yeah, that's okay.
We should begin a search.
I agree.
And see it. Well, hopefully, I don't know. I guess I don't know if it's better or worse if Vian is the one who needs help in this time, just by the fact that he's not here with us. But someone needs help here.
We tried to interrogate the police sheriff, but he did not reveal much more information beyond the specific date. The nation was birthed on this day, and we imagine it was a
4th of July.
immense process. Yes, there will be
Okay.
celebrations occurring.
Mm-hmm.
Does this mean it'll be easier or more difficult? There will
Well,
be more people to interrogate.
there
right?
will, yeah, there'll be more people. It'll be easier to like talk. I guess they won't be home and stuff. They'll be out and about. Have Ulas and Cadrix? They would have been here through a summer before. Been on Earth through a summer before.
Yes, Cadrax will have been through 2 now.
Yeah, that's
they
true.
are
Yeah,
aware that this is the explosives related.
This is the loud holiday.
I think
yeah.
they favor it.
Okay, good.
Although this past year they were a little less positive because apparently their companion did not enjoy it. Dog
Positive.
opted to hide inside of Abigail's
Yes,
closet.
understandable. And I mean, you can make it better for Dog too. You can.
Well, now we
Yeah.
have ear
Mhm.
protection, whereas
Mhm.
I'm not sure that we did in July.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Cadrax had one summer here before. This was your first summer on Earth when the time travel started. So
Okay.
Okay, so you wouldn't have experienced. Okay, I just wanted to like make what context we have.
Yeah,
have you
how much
done?
scary boom boom nightmare?
Yeah, like how much have you done any like festival activities where you would have experienced fireworks with Vian at all?
What would Vian feel about the 4th of July?
Oh no.
oh, so many things. So many things.
I'm just trying to like see if I'm trying to figure out if
But at the same time, I mean, at least successful decolonization, like there's a limited
Yeah.
appeal on that level.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that just properly sticks it to the British is well worth doing.
that's fair. Yeah, I think Benny's just trying to figure out like if Ulas has seen or heard about fireworks.
I think so. Yes, if that's the context, like maybe we spend a lot of the 4th of July in like museums and then we go to a cookout after, but for the most part, like it's not really participatory in it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, I don't like if you would have been through the 4th of July already before.
Rickport Ruby question?
Yeah.
Because in Los Angeles, there are many clusters of unauthorized explosives. But I don't know if that's also common practice in Port Ruby, because while you grew up there, I did not.
Yeah, you would have seen fireworks in Port Ruby, I'm sure.
Okay.
Not like you would see them in LA. I mean, with all the buildings around and stuff. But like they would put on like a big show in Central Park, and then, or sorry, in Greenacre Park, and they would put in there'd be like a big show over across the river in New Jersey, so you could stand on the shoreline and watch the fireworks explode over the river, kind of stuff. So it's like it wouldn't be as widespread, but there would be like a lot of very big event kind of shows.
You know what? It's a light show. I think on that level, especially from a distance on a roof, like I think that is something that Vian would have seen cause for delight in Ulez and expose them on that level. So it might have been very far off, but those big ones you can be on your roof.
Yes.
So that's kind of how people, celebrate this one.
So
it could get loud
show
tonight.
Okay.
Just so you know.
We thank you for that information.
Yeah.
How will that help us?
Perfect union of our natures, Penny.
That's true. How I've been trying to come up with a way that we could, like lava and sound, could do something weird. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet, but should work on that.
Explosive
Think about it. Sound.
So where do you want to go? What do you want to do?
What way did the deputy drive? Like, did it seem townward? Like,
yeah, he drove off towards the direction of that dock, which I think was east.
Okay.
Maybe we head that way.
Yeah.
We should head towards the people.
All right. And you are looking for Vian?
Yeah. And also just keeping an eye out, because I don't know if those two, if the drowning save was the one thing we were supposed to be here to do.
Give me an investigation roll. Everybody.
Okay. Roll my copy dice for Vian.
10.
For Omar.
14.
14.
That's in the universe.
8.
8. Okay.
That's really good for me.
Yeah.
That's pretty good for everybody. Yeah. You start walking up the road, and as you walk, you start to notice there's a missing poster that is on one of the poles, telephone poles.
Okay.
Check
And
it
at
out.
first, you just kind of you look at it, and it's a missing poster for a woman, 40 years old. Her name is Peggy Key, and she disappeared. It looks like 6 weeks ago. And you keep walking, and a little further up, you spot another missing poster. This one is for a man. His name is Gavin March. He disappeared, it's like 2 months ago. And as you keep walking, you notice a whole lot of missing posters. It looks like a bunch of people have gone missing. And the dates all seem to range within the last 6 months or so. And eventually,
sorry.
Eventually, you come to the town square. There, it is kind of called the downtown strip area. There's like a small florist shop. There's a bar. It's called the Moonbeam. There is a general store, little visitor center, and as you're kind of looking around from inside a nearby shop, you can hear the news playing on the radio, and hear. This is WCBN, your only local source for news on all things Crescent Bay. I'm your anchor, Hank Hanley. It's full steam ahead for this weekend's 4th of July festivities. In fact, the official count is in, and according to Mayor Parrish's office, we have more tourists in town than we have ever seen before, something that should spell good fortune for local businesses. Special events will be happening all over the island throughout the weekend, including a car show sponsored by our friends at Bard Automotive, a doggy talent contest sponsored by the local Merchants Association, and of course, the Big Regatta, which this year will feature an appearance by nationally known jazz band leader Marty Rowland, who scored a hit a few years ago with the song Old Sweet Love. And finally, the local country club has asked me to spread the word that the recent rash of golf cart thefts was not the work of hyper-intelligent gophers as was first suspected, but rather a gang of local youths. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors. And it cuts to commercial.
There's a dog event.
Yeah, we should definitely see that. I think that would be delightful for everyone.
Yes, we understand we have a main mission, but if we could see a dog event, I would love
Obviously,
that.
we should have to. Yeah, we have to do the dog event.
None of them would be as talented as Dog, though.
Of
and
course.
that might be disappointing. We should prepare ourselves for that nigh inevitable eventuality.
Oh, totally.
Understood. We did not even consider that. Thank you.
But I would also like to observe it.
Yes, of course. I'm gonna find if we see any flyers. I'm gonna make a note of where everything's taking place.
Sure. I'm going to regret making up that dog show, aren't I?
Yes.
Okay.
I hope so.
So, yeah, you keep an eye out for...
Center. If Vian were to go anywhere, he would go to a visitor center. If there are brochures, he would collect them.
And make friends with the desk person, yeah.
Oh,
Exactly,
yes.
and learn very much about their life and be extremely friendly.
We should
Right,
replicate that behavior.
You walk towards the visitor center, and out in front there is a crowd of people surrounding a handsome fellow in a slick-looking white suit. I'd say he's played by Ron Livingston. He is signing autographs for them. Several people in the crowd are holding up a record album that's got his picture on it. You can see from the cover that he is Marty Rowland. And he is kind of charming and witty, bantering with the crowd as they give him stuff to sign. They seem to like him a lot. And beyond him is the door to the visitor center.
I'm not remotely interested in this, but I want to peek the audience to see if I see Vian, because I know Vian collects records.
You do not see Vian in the crowd.
Okay. I have a dated question to ask.
Sure.
What is the demographic of this island? Like, is it an island of like indigenous people where like a bunch of white tourists show up? What?
Oh, yeah.
This island is, it's I would say, it's country clubs, it's yacht clubs. It is like
So
a
it's
summer, it's a
long since
lot of rich
gentrified?
white people. Yes, long since
Okay.
gentrified.
Ooh.
And probably
There
the
is no
kind of
seasoning
place.
on this island.
Yeah,
Yikes.
probably the kind of place that does not have a big year-round population, but like
Okay.
during holidays and and
The
summers
marina
and
and the
stuff.
boat club, and everyone's here in the summer on the weekends. Yeah.
Yes, that kind of
Gotcha.
thing.
Okay. Thank you.
No, it's a good question.
Yeah, we're gonna head to the help desk.
All right, you walk on past the crowd into the visitor center, and behind the counter in the visitor center is your friend Deputy Baker. We meet again. Welcome to the visitor center / sheriff's office.
Wow, we greet you.
Like that.
What brings you here?
We are searching for our fourth ally.
Fourth ally.
They have gone. And like we list things back to all the missing posters. They have gone missing.
Oh, and he kind of strokes his chin in thought. Missing, eh? Well, maybe it means nothing. Your friend could turn up any minute now. But we have had 12 people go missing in the last 6 months.
12. Oh, what has occurred? Were any located?
Give me a willpower roll.
Heck yeah. I'll have you know my willpower is pretty okay nowadays.
Yeah, you've been working on that.
Max die, how's an 11?
Yes. Nice.
And he's like, you did say something about being a crime solver, didn't you?
Private investigator, correct.
Oh, PI, huh? Like like one of them Raymond Chandler books. Okay. Well,
Benny just like is like, yeah, just not. Benny doesn't get the reference, but he seems impressed by that. So she's like, yes, they're exactly like that.
Yeah, I haven't been able to make much of it. Victims have been, or the missing have been adults, kids, men, women. Really, no demographic pattern as far as I can tell. If there's a geographic pattern, I sure couldn't see that either. Scattered around the island pretty randomly. Some went missing downtown here in this downtown area. Some over by the lighthouse. One or two up in the historic cemetery. In fact, that's why I was patrolling over there. I never used to because it's so dead. Get it? Dead because it just.
Ah.
Okay. I guess I thought it was funny, but most recent disappearance was last night. Older fella, Lawrence Hammond, disappeared right after getting off his own yacht at the boatyards. The weird thing about it was that his footprints just kind of led into a muddy field and then ended.
Is
No
that
other
unique for this situation?
Well, it's the first time we've gotten good, clear prints. But it was just his, and no one followed him in, and he didn't seem to walk out in any direction. I couldn't make much of it. Of course, I'm just the deputy. Sheriff Foster's the real crime solver around here, but the problem is he's one of the missing.
Oh. Oh, we are so sorry. When did he go missing? Or when did they go missing?
Oh, about 4 months ago.
Oh, wow.
Aren't you the sheriff then? Like interim or
Oh.
something?
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know what interim means, but I guess
In the
just for
meantime?
now.
The meantime sheriff?
Sort of,
Yeah.
but I don't feel right holding myself out as the sheriff, so, just Deputy Baker.
Okay.
Oh, Deputy Baker. Have all of the missing people been individuals who live here or who are visiting here? Does anybody live here?
Well, we got a decent population of locals, but
Townies.
it has been some, and he looks over at you, townies, and some visitors.
But
You gonna-
there's really no correlation amongst the missing, is there?
Not that I can find. You gonna take a crack at it, detective?
Could I?
Town can't afford to pay you. We don't really have it in the budget. In fact, we don't have really much of a budget at all. That's why I share my office with the visitor center.
We just need your help is all,
Well, what
Do
can
you
I do?
perform a
Just
light
in-
show? Oh, so sorry, Benny.
I would say just to like if we have questions about stuff, you help us out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm at your disposal as I am at everyone's disposal. I don't perform a light show, but I do believe there are going to be some fireworks later in the evening.
Excellent.
Who's in charge of that?
all we want. Oh,
Who's in charge of the fireworks? Someone out of the mayor's office, I think.
What has the mayor had to say about the disappearances?
Oh, just that we're not supposed to make a big deal out of it when we got tourists in town.
Yeah, that checks out.
do you have any suspects?
Not right now.
Have any of the the individuals that are related to the missing people, what are they called again?
Next to kin?
Have any of the next of kin reported anything unusual about the missing people the day before they went missing?
No, nothing like that. Everyone just seemed to be going about their business as far as anyone can tell. And they just kind of vanish.
Has there been any
Has there been any-
environmental changes in the last 6 months? Something weird that's not like something, the water, the tide, algae bloom, anything weird that's new in the last 6 months?
Not that I can tell.
More or less tourists than usual, more or less townies staying.
Well, I do believe we have set a record for tourists for this particular 4th of July weekend. I think there are about 30 more than there were last year.
Oh, wow.
Do you have like a list of the names of the people who've gone missing, like files, photos, so we can keep an eye out?
Yeah. Well, I don't know how I would make copies of those, but I can write down their names for you, certainly.
Yeah, that's great.
Could we simply scan the document?
It's not. They don't have that yet.
Scan? You want to
Yes,
look at it?
just we'll take our own eyeballs, look at it. Yeah.
I can scan it.
Yeah, but they can't yet, so you can with your eyes. Yeah, that'd be good.
Oh, okay.
Take a quick peek.
Yeah, Ulez, he lets you take a look at the list of people who are missing and look through the file photos. And I'm not going to trouble you with all those names for now. You've got Peggy Key and you've
For us
got
to
Gavin
reference later.
March. Right? The rest we'll reference later. But let's say you've got their faces and their names now in your memory bank.
Is there like they have like so it has like there would have like ages, like when they went missing? It like does it have all that info? So if we need to ask about it later, we can say we have seen it now.
Sure.
Okay, cool.
And do you need anything else from me? I could call the boatyard and let them know you want to look at the crime scene if that's the thing you want
Yes,
to do.
please.
Mhm.
We have one final question. Simply, are there any local, fairy tales, local beliefs that are rooted in fear and ignorance?
Just the usual ones, but no, nothing unique to our island that I know of.
Okay, we thank you for that information. It has often been pertinent, and we are fond of learning.
Interesting. I should be taking notes from you. And he pulls out like a little notepad and starts writing down, local legends.
One more oddly specific one. Do you have a history of people going missing? Just like, has this happened before? Like even years ago?
Oh, historical.
Yeah.
Not in my time here, which is not very long, admittedly, but I haven't heard anybody saying anything like that.
Is there like a library with like town records that we could look at?
We don't have our own library. Town records probably would be in the mayor's office.
Do you think he'd let us peruse it?
Hard to say. The mayor's not the friendliest guy in town, especially during 4th of July weekend when he's hobnobbing with the tourists.
Well, here's something you could do to get some favor on your side. You could let him know that as the interim sheriff of the town, you've employed some below the radar people to try to solve the problem without making a fuss. Maybe that'd go over well. Because you're buying wise wishes and maybe also trying to smooth it over for him. You're doing him a favor. Maybe you could get it. Maybe that could get us permission to talk or look at it.
I can try and give him a call if you want, but I don't know if he's going to be happy about me bringing in out-of-towners.
We are unpaid.
Yeah.
Should that not be cause for joy? We understand how government works in that regard.
Folks around here don't often like people prying into their business.
Mm-hmm.
We're a tightly knit community.
I imagine they also do not like people going missing.
It's complicated.
Understood for now. No. Humans are very complex.
It's a small town thing. I'll tell you about later.
Okay.
Benny, small town kid.
Yes. For now, we will go to the shipyard.
You ever check out the marina, or is it? Yeah, you said shipyard, or what was it? Marina.
titled?
Oh, the boatyard.
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 Boatyards
Thank
were
you.
correct.
I'll let him know you're coming, and I'll try calling the mayor's office while you're out there.
All right.
Oh, we
Thank
thank
you
you. Baker, you are doing a very good job. Do not doubt yourself. And when you start to doubt, your work reflects it. You have to believe in your capabilities.
I will try.
Okay. We thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, he picks up the phone as you walk out, and you.
Sorry. We thank you, and you're welcome is extremely cute and very funny.
You walk back down to the west where you saw those boatyards, Benny, when you first arrived, and it is, sort of a private boatyard where it's like a bunch of small-sized yachts and sort of private boats, look at fishing boats, things like that, tied up at a couple of docks that are all adjacent to each other. Dock worker meets you. He say she's waiting for you when you arrive. And you the folks Deputy Baker sent over?
Yes, we greet you. Oh, I am Ula's galley, and these are my allies.
Oh, wow, that's some diving suit you got there.
They look to Benny.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. They're very proud of it. They built most of it themselves.
Yes,
Well,
we did.
I'm Sherry Booth. I'm kind of in charge around here when the owner's not around. Let me show you, well, what there is to show you. And she walks you down one of the docks, and says, this is Lawrence Hammond's yacht, the Serendipity. And it's a fairly large. Are you raising your hand, Ulas?
Yeah, I have a question,
what's
Rick.
up?
You didn't. What actor plays this person?
Oh, what actor plays Sherry Booth? Sally Field.
Thank you. My heart needed it. I've been looking them up today, so.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So sometimes I have these things ready to go. Sometimes, I just know dock worker. But so yeah.
I love her.
This is the Serendipity, and it's one of the larger yachts around here. He took it out last night and never came back. Then it was over there where the police tape is. That's where he disappeared. And she kind of points over towards a field.
Huh. Were you acquainted with the missing Lawrence Hammond?
Not particularly. I just knew him from, boatyard business. I do know he lives somewhere to the west over there, and he was walking to the west when he vanished. So my guess is that he was just cutting across the field as a shortcut to get home. But I don't know. That's about all I know. You're welcome to look around, and
Okay.
if you need me, I'll be over there in the boathouse.
All right. Thank you. If you think of anything else that is weird, holler. Have you lived here for, are you from here originally, or are you just here seasonally too?
Born and bred.
Okay. Okay, sorry, I asked the Debbie this, but he didn't know. Do you know if anything like this has happened before, where, a bunch of people went missing all at once?
Oof, not this many all at once,
But,
this has always been a
multiple
very safe community.
Multiple people at a time have gone missing before, just not to this extent, or just not at all like this?
Oh no. As far as I know,
Okay.
we've had a couple of missing persons scattered over the decades.
This
But
happens with boat towns, yeah. Okay,
yeah, they're always suspected to be drownings.
yeah. Has anything weird happened other than that in the last 6 months? I need someone else's opinion on this.
Like weird how?
Just new, different than usual. If you've been here your whole life, you'd notice if something had changed.
Nothing comes to mind.
Okay, thank you.
This is
And,
oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, sorry.
We keep you can't leave yet.
A community town. Yes, many families, pediatrics.
We have a town doctor, if that's what you mean.
Sorry, children.
Oh.
There are under minors
Oh yeah,
in this
they're
community.
sure.
Are they especially rowdy?
You talking about those kids who are making trouble at the cemetery that George Baker's always complaining about?
Or perhaps the ones that stole the carts?
Oh, carts.
It was
Haven't heard about
apparently
that
not
one yet.
hyper-intelligent gophers.
Unfortunately.
Really?
I'm
Huh.
sorry to be the bearer of bad, or rather, gopher of bad news.
Gopher? Yes.
I was excited to get a look at those hyper-intelligent gophers. Dang.
But yes, it indicated to me that perhaps there is a particularly notable population of hooligans. For us to have learned of 2 such events in short succession.
Well, it's a quiet town. You know how kids are when there's nothing to do. They get bored and they cause trouble. That's kids.
Do we know have we seen like the population of this town? Like, is it like
It's pretty small.
pretty tiny? And then like how
Yeah.
much? I guess I'll just ask her. Like, how much does the population grow like in the summer with your seasonal folks? Like, is it like
Oh.
double, triple, or is it not that much?
Oh, a lot more than that. You know,
Big population.
Yes,
Okay.
it's mostly tourists now.
Okay, that makes
in
sense.
fact, usually during the visitor season, we become the 32nd biggest city in all of Connecticut.
Wow.
Watch out, number 31.
We got to
That's
boost
the
this year.
spirit.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're looking for him.
That too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you need me, I'm going to be in the
Sounds
boathouse.
good. Have a good one.
And she kind of
Thank
waves
you,
and walks
Sherry.
off. You're welcome. What do you want to do?
Should we check out that field?
Look down. Are there footprints here?
Give me an investigation roll. Where are you? Looking on the boat?
Yes, from the boat. As I might explain to my allies, it is evident to me that there would be footprints in mud. One could not deduce without context that they were Lawrence Hammond's, or that they led from the boat, or anything else such like, unless there are footprints, well, from the boat.
The boat.
Correct.
The boat. It's over there still. It's taped off. Like, police taped off.
No, the boat's just tethered. You can get up on it if you
Oh,
want.
it's just okay. But like, is it? I'm just saying it is still there. Is it? Have they moved it?
Why would they? Where else would you put it? It is a boat.
Did she say that it showed up again? Like he took it out and then they only found the boat?
Like, it sounds like you put it on the wrong dock or something.
Yeah.
No,
didn't get that
no.
implication.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, no. He docked his boat and then.
Okay, yeah. I was getting that it just like showed up like
Same.
it beached itself somewhere and he wasn't on it. That's okay. That's what
Oh,
I was
yeah,
getting.
no,
Okay, so
sorry.
it's docked back to where it was supposed to be.
Yep.
As we have been told, he returned, exited his boat, cut across the field, and in the process of so doing, disappeared without a trace.
Yes. So okay,
My
I understand.
query
now.
of interest is how
You could tell from point A to point B. Yes.
how did they know that
Mhm.
this happened in the first place?
Yes. Okay. I'm following now. I understand.
You want those investigation roll results?
Yeah.
12.
Greatest in the universe. What's even the point of me? 9.
Moral support and protection, but moral support.
Okay. You look around on the dock, and the dock is wood. You do not find any permanent footprints left there. You walk along the dock towards where the field is, and when you it takes you kind of past that boathouse that Sherry went into. And sort of around a bend, and then you see this muddy field in front of you. You can see the police tape around an area, and you can see the muddy footprints kind of dried into the dirt now. Basically, the whole area is surrounded by a wooden fence on 3 sides. Over the tops of the fence, you can see the Crescent Bay Lighthouse, which is kind of tall and surprisingly modern looking. To the north, you can see the top of like a Ferris wheel, which looks like it was maybe brought in for the festivities or something like that. To the south, you can see the steeple of looks like an old church. And the west side isn't fenced in. That seems to be the direction that Lawrence Hammond was walking towards. That's what you see.
We have heard multiple of these locations cited by the deputy as areas from which people have disappeared. He cited the beach, he cited the lighthouse specifically. I believe he cited a church, though I cannot recall as precisely as you, Galley.
Hey, Rick, did he cite a church?
He did not mention a church.
Okay.
He mentioned the lighthouse. He mentioned the graveyard.
It was the
Graveyard,
graveyard, right?
And
Okay.
he mentioned the downtown area.
Downtown. Thank you.
So not water-based areas. Okay.
Are you walking into the field?
No, not just yet.
Okay.
And when we do, if my allies will so consent, I would prefer that we float in order not to disturb evidence.
Oh, yes, please.
Ulas, you have in your memory the report of Hammond's disappearance?
We do.
Who reported him missing?
Rick?
Lawrence Hammond was reported missing by his wife when he did not return from his boating trip as scheduled. She called the boatyard, and Sherry at the boatyard found his boat in place, and then sort of looked around and found he's got like a day bag that he takes with him out on his boat that's got like supplies and stuff just lying in the middle of the muddy field next to the footprints. She called it in to Deputy Baker.
This resolves my query quite satisfactorily.
Oh, I'm glad. Cadrax, could you perform a ping? We just want to see if there is anything out of the ordinary that we cannot detect.
Certainly. Ping.
Cadrax, give me a ping roll. What are you pinging, actually?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
At the ground?
That's what I was leaning towards, but that's up to you.
I think that is the first sort of assumption. It is the first unusual. Like, I could think of pinging the boat, but on consideration, I don't expect it to yield much.
You are welcome to ping as much as you would like, but
Yes, this is a high ping server. 18.
18. It's just a field. You don't really detect anything.
All right.
With an 18, anything in the boat?
You want to fire another one at the boat? You got to
I
roll
was
again.
hoping their 18 was going to count, but that's
I know,
fine.
right? Well, the
All right.
18 gives me great confidence.
I will tell you,
That's-
it's like you don't get anything off the boat. It's, it is just as it appears as far as you can tell with a ping.
There's nothing structurally meaningful in the immediate area. May I offer a speculative hypothesis?
Oh, yes, please.
Based, I am sad to report, on the evidence we have observed by our arcane transportation, namely that it has put us in places of significance and times of significance. In this particular instance, it split us upon arrival into 3 locations. Well, 4 locations. And on at least one of those, we see the immediate significance, namely the drowning pediatric. Perhaps we might infer that the other 2 locations are somehow significant. Ulas, where did you arrive?
Oh, just in front of the graveyard. I was accused of drinking and smoking by the tombstones.
I was offered a cigarette by a woman who lived in a prime-numbered house.
Ah, that's fascinating.
We
Shall we?
have evidence to suggest that this graveyard is significant. Perhaps the prime-numbered woman is as well.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Would
Did
you like to
you-
meet her?
Yes, please.
Also, I guess noteworthy. Have either of you read Vian's book? Have you at all?
I have read it, but I understood very little, and I
That's-
asked him to explain it to me extensively, but he kept talking about stories and fiction, and it didn't really happen. I made it up,
Yeah, so it's,
and I got very confused.
it's like when you go to a movie but you're reading it. Anyways, this is where it takes place. It doesn't exist yet, but like this is where it takes place. So I don't know if that
Is relevant.
is important, but
Ooh.
maybe.
But it didn't happen. He said so.
Yeah,
He promised.
It
I asked several times.
didn't
Oh.
happen. But it's. Do you remember the Arthurian cycles we read? All the King Arthur stories.
Oh, we recall. Yes.
Yeah.
Pendragon and the
Yeah.
such.
Any? Surely not.
Well, I mean, they could have been based off of real stuff, but like all of them, everyone writes them throughout all time.
That is legend. That is to be expected.
So there
The
you go. There you
seas
go.
of
Legend.
memory grow dim and are yet not constructed out of whole cloth.
Yes, it's like that. And people consume the stories for fun and entertainment. That's
It's
the
not
concept.
memory; it is deception. Nonetheless, the
Fair enough.
remembered woman is also a deceiver.
Okay, yeah, let's talk to their deceiver. Great.
Yes.
Yes.
I would like to bring my allies to
Let's
the
go.
deceptive woman in the prime numbered house.
Don't make me explain fiction to an alien.
You're going back to Crescent Cottage.
Yeah,
To tell
You got it.
Adrax about crushing their hopes and dreams about Santa Claus. That's what that felt like.
Okay. You take back to the skies and soar over the boatyard. The whole island's pretty small, so it does not take you very long to get back to the Crescent Cottage. You make your way to cabin number 29, or cottage 29, excuse me. And what do you want to do?
Knock, knock, knock.
You knock, 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 and a moment later the door opens, and Goldie Wolf opens the door. She looks at Cadrax. Oh, you decided to come by.
I have brought allies.
We greet you. Well, we are Lasgali.
And she looks at you and says, you are also a very interesting person.
Thank you.
Correct.
What a great compliment.
Come in.
Hi, I'm Benny. Nice to meet you. There's your accent.
Dead.
It's
Oh
great. Yeah,
my
nice
god.
to meet you too. I hope you're great. Thanks.
You're a delayed blast fireball.
But also on the like, to be fair though, Benny is just like a 27-year-old, and the weirdest thing about her right now is that she's wearing winter clothes on an island in the summer. Like that's that's what she's got going on.
In fact, Benny, I'll say when you landed at Crescent Cottage, you strangely found a package addressed to you from your mysterious benefactor, and it has inside of it a fire lava-proof bodysuit, superhero-style bodysuit for you, so that you can now flame on without having to worry about being naked.
At some point, she puts it on, but like puts like a pair of like pants over it, so it just looks like a long sleeve shirt.
Sure.
And so she doesn't have to wear a huge sweater.
There you go.
Yeah, that's great. And Goldie says, can I get anybody a drink?
My ally in absentia would have me ask for coffee.
I can do coffee. And she goes to put some coffee on. So what brings you here?
You came here seeking inspiration, I understood, and to offer strangers death sticks.
Well, it's close enough.
We have discovered that many people have gone missing in this place. Was this the sort of inspiration that you sought? Or are you
Wow.
the agent?
Give me a willpower roll, Cadrax.
Ooh.
Oh, it's good.
May I actually just dump this and trouble myself? All work, no play.
Sure.
Play trouble, just it's a bad. You do it bad. Bad job.
I mean, I don't know. Is that the best? Why do you think that was a joke, Benny? I'm serious. We must know this woman. She tried to kill me with the carcinogen.
That's
Okay.
yeah. That was the long con. That's what that was.
It was fairly short.
She doesn't even answer you. She just keeps making coffee. Rude.
Well, what is your profession?
I'm a writer.
Ah, this place, I understand, has the potential for great stories, or the inspiration for them.
What is your profession?
We are a private investigator, the greatest in the universe, so said by others.
Private investigator.
Mhm.
And what brings you to Crescent Cottage? Or Crescent Bay?
Currently, our ally has gone missing, and we are searching for him.
Who's your ally?
Vian Vigor. He might be missing person number 13. That is cause to be concerned, but why we're not certain yet.
Well, like this cabinet is also a prime number.
We were thinking about that.
Well, let's give me a willpower roll.
Yeah.
She's the prime suspect. It took me a while. I found it.
Hey! 9.
And she kind of looks at the two of you. Interesting people indeed. And she looks at you, Cadrax, and she says, I knew you were an interesting person immediately. My first clue was when you materialized in a pool of blue light earlier this morning.
That would be revealing.
Any chance you'll tell me who you really are and what you're really doing here?
We truly are seeking our ally. It is not false.
Extremely funny that she tried to gotcha us when we've been telling her exclusively the truth. I don't say any of that as an above table, but very good.
All right, well, then I guess I'm the only one who has to come clean. I was hired and dispatched to this place by Prime Minister Winston Churchill himself. I'm not a writer.
Oh.
I am a witch, a reader, a sensitive one, a tuned individual, whatever you'd like to call it. Observe. And she draws a rune in the air, just like Vian does, and floats up a few inches above the carpet.
Oh, yeah, I was about to be like, we've been got by that one before, but that actually will do it. Yeah, that.
Very good.
I buy it.
Mm-hmm.
My mission is of paramount importance, not just to my government, but to your own.
Oh, no, but go ahead.
Marty Rowland is a lot more than some cheesy band leader. He's a Nazi saboteur. 6 months ago, he built a silo several miles off the coast of Port Ruby with plans to hit the city with a powerful missile. Luckily, we caught wind of it and dispatched our top agent, Kipper Sweetletrot, a most mysterious entity known as the Spirit of Justice. Kipper made short work of the missile silo. Roland never knew it hit him, though he did manage to escape. A short time ago, we intercepted a German communique that indicated Roland was going to try again, only this time he'd be building the missile silo here in Crescent Bay. Mr. Churchill dispatched Kipper, but something was different this time. Roland managed to create some sort of a mystical barrier that prevents the Spirit of Justice from reaching this place. Kipper returned to England, and I was contacted to figure out how Roland was doing it, and if possible, take the barrier down. Being Jewish myself, I was only too happy to help frustrate any Nazi efforts, but so far I haven't had much luck with it. If there is a missile silo on this island, Roland has kept it a damn good secret.
We are uniquely qualified to find hidden structures on this island.
Uniquely qualified.
uniquely qualified, to have unusual, if not personally and individually distinct capabilities,
Could we be
making one
honest?
enabled to do a given job.
Yes.
I'd appreciate if you would be honest.
Like my ally Cadrak states, we are time travelers. We possess special abilities, and we can do everything.
Time travelers.
On accident, mostly.
That's why you appeared in a pool of blue light this morning.
Not the weirdest thing we've ever done, but yeah.
Oh, no, not by a lot.
And one of you didn't appear. That's your missing ally.
Yes.
We might now know the answer to that, thanks to you.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
that's brilliant.
I don't know where
I
that
don't understand.
puts him. We also know a spirit of justice, but I don't know what that means. Where that puts him now.
Your ally is also a spirit of justice.
Correct.
He will be, yes.
Yes. In the future, yeah.
Fascinating. Well, let's find your ally.
Yes.
And on that, we're going to take a 10-minute break.
Oh my god, we're already there? Wow.
Dang.
It looks like we are about $100 from unlocking our F-Credit lore drop. Thank you so much, everybody, for everything. We always appreciate all the support that you give the show. We will be back in 10 minutes. Don't go nowhere. And we're back. Thank you for sticking around. When we last left off, the team had met Goldie Wolf, a witch working undercover for the British government to figure out how Marty Rowland has kept Kipper Sweetletrot from the Spirit of Justice from reaching Crescent Bay. And Goldie looks at you and says, well, I was a little nervous about doing this alone, but now that I have some backup, maybe we just take the fight right to Marty Rowland. I know where he lives.
Is he the one who's disappearing people?
That I can't tell you.
Because you don't know, or because you could not tell us even if you wanted to?
Oh, no, because I don't know.
Okay, just wanted
whether
to
or
make
not
sure.
Whether or not the disappearances have something to do with Marty, I don't have any persuasive evidence to that effect. I did survey the crime scene by the boatyard, and it is most mysterious how the man walked into a mud field and then vanished in the middle of it. If Marty has put up some sort of mystical barrier that keeps the Spirit of Justice out, it sounds like he's has some sort of magic source at his disposal, and if that is the case, perhaps it's tied together, but...
How long has he been manipulating the town?
Well, it's hard to say. He's had a house here for years.
Okay,
Yeah, he's only been in town for a short
musician.
while. Yes, his cover as a touring musician lets him move all around Europe, all around the United States, puts him in rooms with important people who want to talk to him.
But by the same token, he was probably not around for all 12 of these disappearances himself.
Certainly
which
not.
Could speak to accomplices of whom we must beware.
Or lasting effects in strange places that... Like, it could have been, if he set up this barrier, they could have put other things in place that have just been making people go poof.
We do not have arcane expertise. That, alas, is our ally. Can you direct us as to what might be the most suspicious location for this arcane barrier? The graveyard, perhaps. Or some other place. Like the graveyard.
I couldn't even begin to suspect how it functions.
Oh. Truly? Not at all?
Not yet. I've had no luck. Whatever magic it is so far above my head.
What happened when Kipper Sweetletrot encountered it? Did they bonk their head upon it or something? What was the nature of this barrier?
Yes, he found himself. He sped towards the island and found himself unable to cross the threshold. Uh, couldn't come up on the beach. Couldn't come out of the water. Couldn't run under the water. Whenever he tried to approach the island, Kipper can run on water. So when he sped towards the island and tried to leap into the sky and come down from above, whenever happens, he just slides off as if there's like a glass dome around the island.
Huh. Okay.
Perhaps a central location,
Yeah,
then.
like a yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What you said that he's setting up some sort of weapon here? Is that what you said?
We
We're
believe he's
trying to-
building a missile silo.
Okay, so we don't know where that is, but we could maybe start looking for silo-shaped construction in the area on the island.
And adequate tactical placement. This is a short-range missile. You would want to have those facilities in some places rather than others, presumably.
He could certainly hit Port Ruby from here. The last one he built was built on a platform under the water. This one certain was like an oil drilling platform, and the silo part of it was hidden under the water. This one, if he's using similar technology, could certainly be built underground. But
How
Well, it
far
is not
out-
near the boatyard. If there were a missile silo near the boatyard, I assure you, I would have found it.
How far out could Kipper just not get on the island, or was it out into the water further?
he just simply couldn't come onto the island. It was maybe a few feet into the water,
A few
not
feet. Okay,
not that far.
Shall we punch the Nazi man?
I would like to a lot. Yeah.
Oh, punch and then interrogate.
Excellent. I'm glad we have established the order of operations.
Yes.
Is it the direct route is good with your operation?
I'm up for Nazi punching.
Nice.
My aura begins zing.
So what are you doing? You going looking for Marty?
Yeah, we saw where he was last. We can ask around, see where he might have went.
He's surrounded by adoring fans last time.
By the help desk /
Mhm.
sheriff station.
All right, let's start there.
Hmm.
How do you travel?
Well, I can always unzing and fly.
Yeah,
I could teleport us as well.
Well, let's give me a teleport roll.
I'll give you a teleport roll with my other dice just in case.
Die applies. Yeah.
We are okay.
That's why it's better to teleport than fly, honestly. One has the potential for uh-oh. The other's just flying.
Uh-oh. 6, 7, 8. 8.
Yeah, and bamf, the four of you appear back in the downtown area outside of the visitor center / sheriff's office, and the crowd is gone. Marty is not there.
Perhaps we should just pop inside and ask.
And I'll open the door to the visitor center.
Is Baker around?
And Deputy Baker comes trotting out. He's like, yeah, you could probably just call me George. Most people call me George.
Oh, we thank you. You may call me Ulez.
Familiar.
Ulez. I like that.
Now, George, we are searching for the individual who is staying here, the singer Marty Rowland. Have you seen him?
No, I think his fancy car just came and picked him up, take him back to his house.
Do you have a
possess-
number we could
Yes.
call him?
Or his
Contact?
address?
I feel
If
like
we're
I'm not
such
going
a
to give out a
domicile.
celebrity's address. Probably just
Oh,
bunch
but
it
I am a
under
private
town.
investigator.
And he's
George,
at the
we are
island.
allies.
I don't know if Marty's got a phone. A lot of the houses on the island don't have them. But he lives out
Just gonna
in
show us. Okay.
He's
Yeah.
my buddy.
It's the 40s!
It's the fort. Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'm a private investigator.
Benny Beckett grew up in the 2020. This is unheard of.
Incredulous.
Yes.
Yeah, he lives up by the North Shore there. The big house that's up on the bluff.
Ooh. Excellent. We thank you. Have you had any success in finding the 13 missing people?
Since you left a couple of hours ago,
Correct.
no, I
Oh.
haven't.
Huh.
Have
Okay.
you?
We have not. We have examined this site where the last disappearance was, and there was nothing out of the ordinary. There was the footsteps, and as you stated, they vanished. We tried to determine if there was anything underground, and there was nothing by the boatyard.
No missile
So now-
silos at all.
Oh, none.
Missile silos.
Correct.
No, there were none.
None.
We do have a lead though, and thank you for the address.
And you see
we're
Goldie's
gonna-
just like shaking her head.
Yeah,
you
we just
know.
have we think he might okay, thank you. And Benny's gonna scoot.
Bye, George.
Scoot us out.
Bye.
As we're walking, Benny turns to Goldie and says, They're not from around here. Anyways.
Oh yeah, can I grab one for that?
I never would have guessed. Can you get?
Determination.
It didn't really cause you trouble, I don't think.
Okay.
Good try though.
You've got one from before. But
That's true. I shouldn't get greedy. I should definitely not cause myself more problems.
No, cause yourself more problems, but make sure they cause you problems.
Only you can do that, my friend. So I proceed. We proceed to the domicile then, yes?
The house on the bluff is the biggest one there.
Oh, we will not be bluffing. Truly, our threats will be
Mhm.
genuine.
You fly?
I haven't been there. I can't teleport.
That's true. Yes. Very well.
All right. You lift off, and Goldie's like, "Oh my god! This is incredible. We're flying."
Yes.
So this is more weird than the teleportation we just did.
It just happened so fast,
Oh,
but
that's fair. Yeah,
this is
didn't really.
kind of exhilarating. And she
It's
kind of
pretty
looks
cool.
over at you, Cadrax, and maybe catch her wink at you. And
There's just a little turbulence. I'm very confused.
and whole island's only 2 miles, around, so it does not take you long to get to the North Shore, and you swoop down into what is obviously the big house on the bluff. It looks like, it's like a summer home. It's kind of, you can even see from the outside, it's open, it's airy, it's got large windows on every wall. Big kind of
Hamptonsy?
white, yeah, Hamptonsy kind of, it's white, kind of beautiful, like stucco kind of stuff on the outside, big circular driveway. You see there's a car parked in the driveway. What do you want to do?
Ping.
Yeah.
Cadrax, give me a ping roll.
Hey, 17.
17. What do you get for 17? For 17, you detect 2 people who appear to be asleep or something like that, laying side by side. They are on the second floor of the house, which is
What?
2 stories.
What time of day is it?
You are in, let's say, the middle of the afternoon, 3 p.m., something like that.
How would we like to proceed?
Firstly, any missile silos in under this house for 17?
I love that.
For 17, no, you do not detect a missile silo.
That's a failure. If you have a whole bluff to yourself, kids, you want to launch right out of that.
That was the best place. Mm-hmm.
Is it structurally sound for your poor house? No, but you're not going to make an omelet now, are you? You're going to make a missile silo.
Sam Delev, everybody.
I would like to land and disable this vehicle. I don't know that it is tactically necessary, but it would be cathartic.
Give me a complex task roll. This should be pretty easy for you.
That's another 17. Why'd
Yeah,
I say
you
not to?
easily, you manage to vibrate, the engine of the car such that a couple of key, parts come apart and nobody's starting that thing up. It's just a car. This is easy for you,
Excellent.
Okay, now to enter this house, that is not an issue, Goldie. We're not worried about that. Cadrex, you stated there is more than one individual. Should one of us secure one person or 2 on 2? 2 on 1.
Goldie, do you know of anyone else who's living with him?
As far as I know, Marty lives alone. That doesn't mean he can't have visitors or
Just, I just
take a
figured
date in the town. I don't.
if we knew ahead of time, so okay.
He is a celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand.
That's okay.
I'll show you later.
Oh, Jesus.
Very well. Thank you. I appreciate that.
So do we want to, we're going to go knock on the front door? Are we going to break in? Are we going to...
Oh, we should break in.
What? Okay.
I do not feel any particular responsibility toward the structural integrity of this residence. Shall we?
If he's not but if he's not there, do we want to if it's people who work there, we don't want to scare them because they might not have anything.
Oh, we can break in quietly.
Yeah, should we start
Cadrex
quiet
can
maybe?
Open a window when we can fly up there, and then perhaps we can enter in a room where there is no person. A house of this size has plenty of empty space.
Yeah, I'm just saying maybe start quiet.
Yes.
Yeah. Very well. I accede.
So what do you do?
Fly to a window nearby and unlock it. That we might fly in that way, and then move up into the bedroom where the 2 people are having an afternoon nap.
Probably second floor.
Second floor. Yeah, I mean, basically the room next to the room kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Just we're apparently not just shattering the window and flying in and being like, yo, what up?
Okay. You fly your way up to the second story, and you find one of those big windows, and they are all locked from the inside, but these are, these are kind of old locks anyway. These are not
This is Cadrex.
Right.
Yeah.
This is not the NSA here. So Cadrex, if you would like to give this a shot, just give me a complex task roll.
14.
14. Yeah. Easily. You just kind of touch the window and the latch on the inside switches, and you slide it up, and the 4 of you pass through the window, and you land in some kind of living room. There are freestanding bookcases, sculptures. In one corner there are musical instruments like a drum kit on a riser, an acoustic guitar, a piano, big kind of grand piano, saxophone. Looks like Marty's a musician. Looks like he's got a nice collection, maybe to write music with or something like that. You don't hear anything.
Shall we creep into the other room to observe?
That is an excellent verb for what you propose, yes.
So you head towards where you clocked the 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
Does he have a fiddle of those many instruments? I know he's jazz-based. Can I just steal an instrument from him?
You know what? In fact, he does. He, even though he's a jazz musician, he just has a large collection of instruments.
I thought they might be jazz skis. So I wasn't sure, but
there is what looks like an expensive, classical fiddle. It's not like a Stradivarius or anything like that, but looks like it might be 100 years old or so.
We'll get them a case and everything, so you can just strap it over your back.
Yep,
You got
exactly.
it safe and sound.
I would love to liberate
Yes.
something from him.
Yeah, you pick it up. It's got its bow kind of just hanging off of the tuning pegs. So you now have an expensive fiddle.
I'm putting that in my inventory. Thank you. And now I would like to proceed and creep. It was creep. Les?
Yes.
Yes. I would like to creep along with my allies.
Well, you head in that direction.
Dead bodies.
you head in that direction, and it's strange because wherever these two people are, they seem to be not here. Like you clock them in a room that looks like adjacent to this area where all the instruments are, but you do not see any doors or any hallways that head in that direction.
Oh no, we cannot enter through stealthy means. Must we destroy the wall?
Cadrex. Yes, please. I will stand behind the door so I don't get dust in my parts.
It's just that when I studied your military history, I said to Goldie Wolf, these were the ones that I liked very much the least. I was very pleased about the notion of invading this entire planet purely off the basis of the not boom. I would like to put the wall in.
Give me a blast roll.
Yes, please. Let's see. Blast roll adds my power, so that's 11 plus 5, 15.
I love how you don't even look for the entrance to the secret passage. You just blast a hole in the wall. And yeah, right behind that drum riser, there is now like a big old hole in the wall. You can look right in, and you see kind of looks like a little storeroom. There's just like a bunch of shelves. The shelves are all empty, and lying on the floor, you see two dead bodies.
I literally just said we're gonna find two bodies. Ow, I don't like that.
And they are wearing sheriff's office uniforms.
Oh no.
Does one say
Foster.
Foster?
Give me an investigation roll, Les. This is very easy because you're just reading and looking around here.
Yes. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12.
One of them says Sheriff Foster, and the other one says Deputy G. Baker.
Ha! Fuck! Shit! Fuck!
Does this person look different than the G Baker we've met?
The person looks a lot like, exactly like the Baker you met, only you can tell, these corpses they have been here a while. They are significantly rotted, and even Baker's is.
I have added an additional person to my list whom I would like to punch.
Oh, yes. It is very unfortunate. The individual who posed as George Baker came off as very kind. But now they have to face the consequences of this. This is terrible.
We should perhaps, if not for too long, investigate briefly. There might have been a reason why the imposter tried to send us on an avian excursion.
Yes. Let's.
And we're
So
gonna,
we do a quick investigate around.
We do.
Give me investigation rolls, everybody. You're just like looking for anything that might be interesting, just kind of in general.
Yeah, I mean, were they killed in here? Is there anything out of the ordinary? Is it just like, do we get the vibes that it's like a showroom house? Does it look lived in? 13, 14, 15. And I got a 15.
Okay, that's plenty. The house definitely looks lived in. It does, other than this room, it's like, yeah, you can see marks on the carpeting. It looks like people walk around, you find clothing in the hamper, dishes maybe in the sink. It definitely looks like Marty really lives here, or, somebody does. And as far as like the bodies and the crime scene itself, the bodies are pretty old. Like I said, they're pretty rotted, so it is kind of hard to tell exactly what, it's kind of hard to do a forensic examination, without any specialized equipment. It is hard to tell, if any given,
Like blunt force trauma?
you would guess, that they both look like they might have been hit with something heavy.
Okay, because bodies get
but
gross after they've been like hit and they die.
yeah.
Yes, but this is 4 months, and there's sort of a bell-shaped curve to the grossness.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Got the
So it's-
desiccated thing
It
going
is
on.
tough to
Remember,
tell, right?
Foster is allegedly 4 months, and that timeline probably is true
Mm-hmm.
because they didn't replace him.
And other people, the town would know that he was
Exactly.
everyone.
So
He would
4
have
months
just-
may very
it's
well
the truth,
be the
you know?
timeline, and 4
The truth
months
is the easiest lie. Yeah.
in open air is
A bad time.
past the bell curve.
Okay.
Probably. I don't
Thank
know.
you.
Or beef jerky.
I haven't done too many time studies. I'm sorry.
I don't know if I want to Google this. I
Really
don't want to
gross.
search
I
history.
really do. But for
you got
another
a
time.
15.
Correct.
So yeah, you can't exactly determine the cause of death. You can see there.
Do they have their teeth? Like all their clothing? Do they have their wallets on them to like confirm their identity?
Yeah,
can
they have their
imagine.
wallets. Well, actually, Baker's wallet is gone.
Yeah,
Foster's wallet is there. Baker otherwise has everything else: his uniform, sidearm, and both of them have kind of dirty knees.
Does it remind me of the graveyard dirt? I'm sure there's like a specific soil there.
The graveyard, which was a historic graveyard, the graves did not have dirt. Everything was nice. Like, it was like a lawn, because
Okay.
grass had grown over everything at this point. It is a very, it's a historic cemetery. Everyone that's been dead there has been dead for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
So you did not see any dirt there.
Right. It would be rich soil, though. It sustains a lawn genuinely and not, Southern California-ishly. And it is
With-
fertile from being well fertilized.
It's just like just on their knees and like shins, maybe.
Yeah, does look like maybe they were.
This like execution style, is that what this is inferring?
That would be a reasonable
Oh.
conclusion, but if there is a bullet wound, that would be visible after 4 months. The brain
Something-
skull integrity
something
is
big
something that
heavy
can be
to the back
visually
of the head.
determined even
Yeah,
after
something-
decomposition.
Something big and heavy to the back of the head, probably too. But gross.
It would be
Are
a
they like
reasonable
bound
inference.
at all? Sorry if I missed
No.
that. If they were okay. I guess they could have been looking for something, snooping, and
I think we need to get back.
yeah.
Yes.
If the imposter sent us here, it was better that we be here for some reason, and I would like to thwart whatever it was that was his will.
If we could hold hands, I can teleport us to the sheriff's office.
Ulez, give me teleportation roll with your die.
Whew, we are okay.
Do we want to like pretend we didn't find anything and that like, oh, he wasn't here? Do you know where he might be? Like, yeah, like do one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teleport is a 10.
Yeah, you bamf, and the four of you appear back outside the visitor center / sheriff's office. You walk up to the front door and find it is locked.
That's all right. Do you want to get us in?
Is it?
Yeah. Come on.
17, is it?
What'd you get, Cadrax?
17.
17. Yeah, no, easy peasy. You undo that lock. And
No, you just
four
have to
of you
jiggle
are-
it this way. And also use alien vocal powers.
You walk inside. It is a very, very small room. There is like a counter where it looks like, the visitor center is, and kind of, pamphlets on the boatyard and the lighthouse and the, historic cemetery and historic church and stuff like that. And in the back, there is the deputy's desk, which has a nameplate on it, or the desk the deputy was sitting at, and the nameplate on it actually says Sheriff Foster. Sheriff E. Foster.
Can I go through the drawers?
Yeah, give me an investigation roll.
Heck yeah. Let me rifle through some papers.
I would like to know how Goldie's been reacting to
Yeah.
any of this.
She's been listening very carefully to all the things that you have been discussing and seems very deep in thought. She, her main mission, if you want, she sort of, you ask this to her.
Yeah, I'll ask,
directly.
like, is this what you were expecting? Or is this, I don't know what to look for at Nazi saboteurs.
I'm just trying to put it all together in my head. What kind of imposter is this?
Like us, probably. And we've
Is there a
seen
map
them.
of the island
complicated.
somewhere here? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, pull out a map.
Yeah, there's a map of the island. Just it was one of the pamphlets that the visitor center gives away.
Exactly.
And in the sheriff's desk, desk supplies, stuff like that. There are memos from the mayor's office. You dig through them. It is nothing particularly interesting. Just a lot of stuff about keeping things that tourists wouldn't want to see away from the public.
Is this baker like keeping up, like performing the job of a sheriff, like an acting sheriff?
As far as you can tell, he does seem to be executing a lot of the duties of the deputy.
I mean, you scanned all those documents.
Mm-hmm.
He did paperwork.
Yeah.
And
something doesn't add up.
Did he want us to find?
Well, looking at the map, and this is why I ask, where is Marty Rowland's house? And what points of interest are on the opposite side of the island from Marty Rowland's house?
Marty Rowland's house is on the north shore. On the opposite side of the island, there is this downtown area that you are in right now, and a lot of beach. There's also the dock where the ferry comes from, mainly from Port Ruby, brings tourists. On the east side of the island, there is the boatyard, the lighthouse, the church, and say between Marty Rowland's house and that area, there is the cemetery where Ula has appeared.
Yes.
And what do you want to do?
Okay. Perhaps we have some options here. We can visit the supposed house of this George Baker. I can't quite determine the exact sensation, but there is the human part of me that is saying, go to the graveyard. But we don't know why.
And Goldie says, what is this graveyard you're talking about?
Oh, the historic graveyard.
Oh.
It is our third significant location.
Yes.
What makes it significant?
Oh, I arrived there when we time traveled.
You arrived at the graveyard.
And I arrived near you. And you are, it turns out, significant.
What happened there?
You offered me a cigarette.
No. At the graveyard. You arrived near me. It's a significant location. What happened at the graveyard?
Who found you? Who found you?
Motherfucker.
The deputy found you. We have to find those kids.
I encountered George Baker there, and
what did he say?
He asked if I was causing trouble. There have been reportings of kids smoking and drinking by the tombstones.
And he told you to leave.
Yes.
She scratches her chin. Yes, why is he doing the job of the deputy?
I suspect we should teleport to the graveyard immediately.
I suspect I agree. Ulez, give me teleportation roll with your die.
Ugh.
It went off.
Ah!
That's a
And-
9 total.
And bamf, you appear in the middle of the Crescent Bay Country Club. You are on the golf course, and like a whole crowd of people who are watching, a couple of old guys golf, sort of all like, start whispering to each other in those hushed golf tones and pointing at you.
Oh,
News was lying. It was the Gophers.
watch out!
And then we teleport.
Squeeze everybody's hand.
Give me another teleportation roll.
10, and I'm okay.
I hope Vian is proud of me.
Is
what he would do.
beware the moon in every possible point in time.
What would Vian do?
Bamf.
That's got to be the episode.
You appear at Spence Ridge Cemetery. Like I said, there are about 20 graves. It's surrounded by a rickety fence. There's kind of a forest up there. What do you want to do?
Ping!
Please.
Cadrax, give me a ping roll.
That's max die, so 18.
Okay, Cadrax, you let off a massive ping, and you detect nothing. In fact, suspiciously nothing, because you don't detect graves in the graves, like no coffins, nothing down there.
Uh-huh.
What degree of depth did I get off of an 18?
Pretty far down.
And there are no great. It feels like dirt. It does not feel like the product of an illusion.
Are you feeling around?
Well, does what I pung correspond to what I see?
Pung. Ping, pong, pinged, pong.
Sing, sang, sung.
Sun, yeah.
What
I pang.
the reading you got back does seem to correspond with what you would expect to see if there was just simply nothing there. But it seems strange that there is nothing there because there are 20 grave markers.
The markers are not responding to pick up. Problem.
Oh, yes.
Those are not on sonar.
Okay, sorry. The stones themselves are showing up, but nothing underneath them. Is that correct?
No,
Or
the stones are not
aren't
showing up.
The stones are not showing up too. Okay, that's why I was trying to. Okay, can I go touch one?
Yeah, Benny, you walk over there and you are able to easily touch it.
I kind of like slap it a few times and look back at my friends.
Well,
Possibly very good illusion, or else maybe there's some different shielding over here.
Miss Wolf?
And she walks over and knocks on the gravestone. Most peculiar.
Are
She-
by any chance any of the names on these gravestones familiar in any way?
No.
Okay.
They're like old timey sounding names, like came over on the Mayflower type of people.
All right.
She draws a rune in the air. I detect magic.
Any kind particular? Any location, or just in general magic afoot?
Just a general background. It's a weak sensation, which means somebody's doing a good job of covering it.
Is there like a central building here, like a groundskeeper location, or is this just the stones and a fence?
You just see the stones in a fence. Give me an investigation.
Oh, don't make me. Coffee die. Let's go. That's a 4 total.
Oh, wow.
Nah, I
Left
just want
4
to see.
second too. I don't know anything about anything.
Ulez, you want to try? Give me an investigation roll.
Yes, please. 9, 10, 11, 12.
12. Ulez, you look around. You don't see any building. And you start walking in the rows of graves. There are, let's say, 4 rows of 5. And you, looking very carefully, you have become quite the detective over your time working with this team. You are now extremely good at what you do. And you look at the graves, you look at the bluff, you look at the forest, you shuffle your feet through the grass, and then you stop on top of one particular grave. Between your detective knowledge, your detective skills, and your horticultural knowledge, you pick up the grass in this spot at this grave feels a little strange.
This is bizarre. Is it pickable or is it like AstroTurf?
You bend down and kind of feel it, and it is.
Fuck it.
Yeah, you give me a strength roll.
Oh dear, I am no strong. I mean, I've done worse. How's a 6?
You pull on the grass, and yeah, it is. It is sort of like a large piece of sod almost that sort of pulls up, and it's a little heavy for you, so it kind of falls back down.
Ugh.
The strongs will step it if we see them struggling.
I
The
require
strong.
assistance.
I was thinking
Cadrax Nabra. Cadrax doesn't like graveyards. Cadrax died in one of those.
that's you know what that's fair.
Cadrax is cool out here.
This strong will come and assist.
Benny, give me a strength roll.
All right. Oh hell yeah, that is 13.
You rip that sod right off of the ground and throw it behind you.
What is the
And
name?
right-
What does the name on this one say? Sorry, before it.
The name on this grave, Morgan Kane.
All right.
And you just rip it right up and throw it behind you. And underneath, there is an iron door.
I found a trap door.
Is it like? Is there like a lock on it, or is it there just like a handle mechanism?
There is a handle. You try to pull on it. It seems locked.
Cadrax, from how far away can you manipulate mechanisms?
Enough to indulge a phobia.
You can do it from out there if you want. If your voice works like that, it's fine.
That is the implication, yes.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, go for it.
So, yes.
So wait, are you staying outside or coming into the graveyard?
I would like to see if I could do it from without. I understand the structure of all of this demands that eventually I have to go toward the thing I don't like at all, even a little, because like Catrax has been to that large cemetery in Port Ruby, and they have had to return to the graveyard, but like small graveyard hits different.
Yeah.
And it just, they have weirdly some very human heebie-jeebies.
If I don't know if it would help at all, but maybe you could fly over it, because then it's different than the other time. You're not walking in a graveyard. You got eyes on the whole thing. Does that help?
I suppose we will find out.
And you can still do your ping from over there. That's fine. But like,
oh yes, that is happening at this moment.
Yes, yeah. You don't have to come over here for that if you don't
Give me your ping
to a
roll.
14. I like to think actually the words "that is happening at this moment" has under it to Ulez's ear the sound.
You got a 14 is what you said?
Correct.
Yeah, no, you ping and you don't detect this door either.
Or they're trying to unlock, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
complex tasking.
Oh, complex task roll. Okay, sorry. My bad. And that was a 14. So you hear the clicking of a mechanism, and Benny, you pull on the door again, and it's very heavy, but you are able to pick it up, and you can sort of see now when you open it that there is a lock on the other side of the door.
I see. Okay, that makes sense.
And you see the top of a ladder, and it goes down into a deep, dark hole.
So this isn't like a workspace. This isn't like a trapping someone in. This is a keeping people out when they're inside, I suppose.
It's pretty big. It's like there's a ladder going down, and the actual hole itself is maybe, I don't know, 4x4 or something like that. It's it's pretty large square.
Okay. What do we think? We go down?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I think a lock that can only be opened by magic or aliens is a pretty good indicator that we ought to follow what is beneath.
Oh, yes.
Okay. I can go. I'm gonna go down. I'm not gonna let Liz go down first. We'll go down first.
Good, because you're light.
Benny, do you flame on?
I suppose actually we have multiple sources.
That's true. Yeah, I'm
Honestly,
gonna
like your hair is just ambiance, isn't it?
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since I'm heading
Yeah.
down first, though, they won't be down before me. So I think I'll just hand fire. And
Okay, so
kill one.
you're going down alone.
If they'll follow me, I'm assuming, but I'm going down first to make
Okay.
sure that I am the one that goes down first.
Catrax, where are you?
Does Wolf follow Ulas?
Yeah, Wolf is standing right at the side of the grave, kind of looking down into the hole.
All right, then I'm well, this is the part where I have to go in.
Yeah, you enter, it gives you the willies, it's like, but
Try flying.
that voice comes from down in the
From-
hole.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can say it quietly. You'd hear it anyways.
it's true. It's just that thing, like I feel like I'm going to die in here. I'm gonna go in the hole now.
Where would you think you're gonna die? You never die. So yeah, you come. Goldie goes in first, and then you go in after her, bringing up the rear. And so it's Benny, Ulez, Goldie, Cadrax, and the ladder goes real far down. You would suspect you are probably beneath sea level.
Oh.
And at the bottom, you exit into an underground cave. Stalactites, stalagmites, the whole deal. And it's very damp and slippery everywhere.
Does this give me the vibes of like the well that was under my middle school?
Benny, yeah,
God.
it does kind of remind you of that,
Any moss or like ferns that I could pick and just kind of collect as like a souvenir?
Give me an investigation roll.
Oh, nice. 15.
You go looking for moss and ferns. You don't find anything like that. You find some maybe like green slimy stuff that kind of looks like maybe it's probably like algae.
Not as exciting, but
yeah, and maybe some seaweed that is down there. That
local
looks like
seaweed.
Yeah. And while you are looking, you notice kind of scrape marks all over the rocks on the floor, as if like something had been dragging here.
Allies,
Lots
I encourage you to bring your attention to these drag marks and also to this seaweed.
Oh wow! It looks like we have unlocked the lore drop. Thank you so much, everybody.
Yes.
Honestly,
Yes.
it means the world to me to be able to compensate these people for their time, and it means the world to me that y'all have supported us 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
It's a terrifying but wholesome streak.
You're very powerful.
Well
Much
said.
like that kelp.
Well said.
The
Sid.
drag marks on the ground. No, those actually aren't wholesome. I think we ought to further investigate.
Yeah. Do they lead anywhere telling?
They do seem to be going I mean, following deeper into the cave, which
Okay.
goes towards the south.
Okay. And when you say drag marks, I mean, like, there's a variety of drag marks. Is it something that was dragged, like, that had paint on it that's been chipped off? Was there something that was dragged that kind of like created like those white marks in the stone? Has it cut through the stone?
It is mostly those white marks, like that kind of cutting across the
Something
surface of the
heavy,
stone, but
solid.
lots of them, different sizes. It looks like it was probably more than one thing being dragged in this direction.
Are there footsteps going through it? Like, is
Too
this a thing
damp
that's pulled
to kinda
behind
tell.
someone, or okay?
Yeah, you don't pick up footsteps if they were there. Like
Yeah.
just the general dampness of the cave kind of prevented them from sticking.
Oh, sorry. How did Goldie react to the fire hand? By the way,
Yeah, how's she doing?
She's sort of standing back at the ladder and looking at your fire hand, and she, does that hurt?
no, it hasn't yet.
Are you doing that with magic?
Still unclear. I think it's like,
What are your opinions on reality warping?
yeah.
Reality warping. I don't know if I have a formed opinion on it.
That's fair. I don't really yet either, but I could do this, and yeah, that's kind of it. Well, that's not true. I can do fire-based things. I don't have like
Really?
a whole spell book.
The three most interesting people I have come across in quite some time, and I know the spirit of justice, so that's really saying something because he's very peculiar.
Yes, he is.
Hmm.
You mean the Sweetletrot?
Ah, you mean the vigor?
Mm.
I do.
It's a common trait through line. Did we know that there were multiple spirits of justices? Has Vian told us that?
When's the chain?
Yeah,
We do know. Okay.
it was mentioned.
I just want to make sure. That was like
We might not have
are
had
we
all the
learning something new?
context for it, but
Yeah, but
you
we've
may
heard at
even
least.
remember the name. If he
Okay.
told you who on the chain.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Cool.
he did hear the name in association with it.
yeah.
Oh. Well, yes. I suppose, huh? Caves are very echoey places. They are physically wet, acoustically wet, all of that. And I do a complex amplification. See if I hear down the way.
Give me complex fast roll.
13.
You don't really get anything.
All right, nothing from here. We should keep moving. I presume the scrape marks on the ground are moving equipment in here or
That's
something?
what I imagined. Mm-hmm.
Easy to follow, I guess.
Perhaps somebody's building a missile silo.
Could be.
So you proceed into the cave. You walk for, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes or so, and eventually you come to another ladder going up.
Huh.
I'll start up.
Ping.
Give me a ping roll.
17.
Well, your ping goes off successfully, but whatever is protecting this place from being readable works down here too. So you kind of get no reading.
Huh. I get it now. Remember in the Frick Manor? The same thing.
The Anna Quick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same.
But magic,
So I don't
not
know if it
material.
leads anywhere meaningful or not.
Let's find out. Maybe it's dumping us back where we started in some weird, twisted, magic-y way. Only one way to find out. I'm gonna go up.
Who goes up for? Okay, Benny, you go up. Who goes next?
I'll go next.
Yeah?
But like
You sure?
I'm not sure.
I'm happy to.
Okay.
That's perfectly fine. Do you want to just fly up with me? We don't have to do a
Oh.
ladder.
Could we? My tiny arms are so tired.
I floated on the way down, but I was at the back, so it was not. I did not make that clear as an option, and also I was extremely anxious.
Very fair. Are you feeling okay now?
I am still extremely anxious, but also with that letdown feeling of adrenaline that humans apparently experience, it's incredibly unpleasant. Their endocrine system is designed horribly. We float.
And Benny's like looking down between. She's like, it's not great, and then she keeps climbing.
No.
And Goldie comes up last. Benny, you get to the top. There is an iron door.
Can I manipulate it in any way? Like, can I?
Give me a strength roll.
Okay. Okay. Whoa! Oh, that did not land anywhere. Okay, here we go. Try again. Ooh, that's only a 9.
You push on it, and it is extremely heavy.
Going
but
from
you
underneath while balancing is hard.
Yeah, you are able to kind of pick it up and eventually get it over, but your control of what you are doing is so poor that it just swings open and there's a loud crash.
Oh. Sorry. I don't think we have the element of surprise anymore.
No.
Goldie, I would think not.
Can I try again?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Can I try again?
I think it's open
You
now.
got it
'cause
open.
clanged
It's
open.
just.
Oh, yeah, it's open.
Went over
Oh, I thought
the-
it slammed
the
back
moment
down
and
onto
then
me.
yeah.
I was like, oh shoot. Okay.
No, it
open,
slammed
open.
open.
I see. Okay. I'm gonna. What do I see?
You peek up and you find yourself in kind of a concrete bunker. It's maybe like like a bomb shelter or something like that. You can see there's a hall leading in one direction, and a little room with a closed door off to the opposite side. And what do you do?
I'll fire out and pull myself up and help my allies up.
All right. Everybody comes up. Is that the deal?
Yeah. If Benny says
Okay.
it's pretty clear.
You come up and you find yourself standing in this room. I will say, to the east side of the room is that closed door. To the west side of the room, there's a hallway. And on the north side of the room, there's kind of like a corner that looks like, it bends around maybe into another hall or something. And you hear footstep. And then from around the corner comes Marty Rowland, who says, "See, you found the entrance to the tunnel."
But he goes, Marty Rowland, big fan.
No. I'm not feeling like signing autographs today, but thank you.
I was gonna ask. No, I'm not really a fan.
I'd like to put Ula's down
Yeah.
that I might shing.
Betty's just
I'll
talking at
stand
him
back.
right now, trying to get like, hello, allies, do something. But as soon as he's like, are you sure? I don't have a pen on me, but one of us has Betty, she's just saying, she's just talking out of her ass.
And Marty says, I knew I was taking a chance with the tunnel, but necessary evil, I needed somewhere very discreet to load all my equipment into here. Next time I'll hide it better, I guess. And Goldie says, there won't be a next time, Marty. And Marty says, oh, yes, there will. See, I figured they'd send someone like you, Goldie. So this time I came prepared. And from the hallway behind you comes Deputy Baker. And he says, hello, Miss Wolf. And Goldie looks puzzled. She says, do I know you? And suddenly the deputy shape shifts. Kind of looks a lot like when Vian transforms into another person. And what you see is hang on. You see a man wearing a black coat, a black cloak with a hood pulled over his head. If I had to cast him, I would say he's John Sim. For those who recognize, he played the Master in the David Tennant Doctor Who series.
Oh, see, I need those references. Thank you. Damn, good actor.
Yeah. Oh, he's the best. Yeah.
Good villain. Fuck yeah.
And Goldie says, Elias Vorton. And Elias says, in the flesh. Marty says, now if you excuse me, I have a missile to launch. This country does love their rockets and bombs, and I hate to disappoint an audience.
No.
And he vanishes around the corner.
I chase him.
Before you do that, you step towards him, and Elias Vorton waves his hand, and 5 kind of gargoyle creatures just materialize in front of you. Goldie yells, someone has to stop him from launching that missile!
On it.
Cadrax, you're on it?
Do gargoyles fly?
Okay, Cadrax, you take to the air. Give me coordination roll.
That's, let's see, 12.
Okay, and you easily whoosh right over the heads of the gargoyles and past Elias Vorton around the corner. We'll get to you in a second. Benny, Ulez, Goldie, me, give me initiative rolls.
Yeah, some initiative. All right.
It's party time. I love the choice of gargoyles. I'm very excited about that.
8.
So Benny got 6. Ulez, you said you got 8?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Ulez, Benny, the gargoyles, and then Goldie.
Is Elias in the same turn or order as the gargoyles? Or is he left?
Oh, yeah, I forgot to roll for Elias. God,
You
thank
don't
you.
have to roll for him. You can just ignore
No,
him.
no. I also, much like Marty Rowland, I hate to disappoint a crowd. So, yeah, Elias goes after Benny. So it's Ulez,
like to cause
Benny,
more problems
Elias, gargoyles, and then Goldie. Ulez, you go first.
All right. So what I think I'm gonna do is, I mean, Ulez isn't really like a violent person, but like they understand the stakes, and gargoyles, they can hit some gosh darn gargoyles. So I'm trying to think of like where Ulez would have seen a really cool tumble, like a nice somersault, and then a stand up, and they want to use their light blast with the gargoyles lined up in a row and just max only blast my way through them.
So like you there's kind of like Kirk Fu, right? You know, you kind of do that like jump into a barrel roll and then come out of it and like pop. Yeah, okay, the Captain Kirk's trademark move.
I'm not as familiar. Thank you.
Known as Kirk Fu. As a fighting style. But you're doing it with a blast. So Ulez, give me. Oh, how would we do this? Give me a cool. No, this is prowess. You know what? This is straight prowess. Give me a prowess roll.
It's a power move. Could I?
Well, you're gonna have to roll for your blast also, but the actual barrel roll part of it,
of course,
that's prowess.
Well, how's a 5?
Total 5?
Yeah.
Okay, you dive into the barrel roll and just kind of fall like flat, like roll on it, but fall onto your back, and you're laying on the floor. Give me your power roll.
Max 11.
And yeah, you barrel roll into it and just like fall on your back and then just blast like right off the floor. And you hit that gargoyle for for major success.
That dude's gravel.
Your blast, your light blast is 5. So energy drain versus willpower. So you take 5 stamina from that gargoyle. You can tell you damaged the gargoyle. It shrieks and its wings kind of retract a little bit.
Okay, and I'm on the ground.
Yes, you are laying on your back. Which brings up Benny Beckett.
Hello, it's Benny time. I'm going to. How far back is Vorton from the gargoyles? Like, is he behind them?
He's kind of standing like right behind them.
I would like to lava on, because I can do that immediately now. And like
you lava on, but it is a little bit different this time. Something seems to have happened when you warped reality. Now, we know your younger self got your powers, but your older self, your power seems not unaffected as you lava on. The lava is now... Why don't you describe it?
So I don't think she can see it. I think she can feel that something feels different, but I don't think she can see it. But everyone else in the room would see her burst into her lava form that kind of like pours out of her much more smoothly than it probably ever has. And in these swirls of lava, there is like, it's normally this like orangey gold color, but there are like these swirls of like that white from you guys weren't there when it happened, but that huge blast where her lava turned white when she was by the house, by the cabin, there's like swirling in between that orange, and there are these like small wisps of other colors, just very, very tiny, like a wisp of like a blue or like a magenta, maybe like a green or a purple, like swirling through very, very faintly, but it's mainly like most of the orange, a significant portion of the white, and then like the teeny tiny wisps of color.
Love that. And when that comes on, yeah, Ulez, you see the new Benny look. Benny, what do you do?
So can I run past the gargoyles?
You can try.
I would like to. I would like to get between Vorton and the gargoyles. That would be the attempt.
Give me a coordination roll.
Okay. Okay. This is an attribute roll, and I have my lava on, which theoretically would make me bad to touch. Can I add my power skill specialty? This is just an attribute roll, and I'm lava.
This is a borderline call, but I'm going to say yes because
I always ask because I'll try.
Try and fault on the side of making it more exciting. So yeah.
Okay, here we go. I don't know how good I am at these. Oh yeah, that's a max roll. That's 12.
Oh wow. So yeah, you just kind of dive past them. One of the gargoyles kind of grabs at you, but like as it feels the heat, it like pulls back and shrieks.
If it touches me, it takes 9
and
damage. But if it doesn't, that's fine.
Land right between Marty and the 5 gargoyles.
And Benny's there, like lava form, glowing eyes. They're now like glowing, probably more of like a white yellow. And she goes, "Hi," winks at him, and I'm gonna burst in between him and all of the gargoyles.
Yes.
Okay, so all of your powers in your aura right now, right? So it's 9.
Yep.
Okay, give me a power roll.
Okay. Yes. Here we go. Okay, that's a 14.
14. They all try to jump out of the way when you burst.
Yeah, it erupts from her like we've talked about the like a volcanic eruption before, but it's got this like these like halos, this like color that comes out of it now with this white, this like burst. It's like not just lava. It's got like a little bit of like an iridescence almost to it with the new colors. Fun explosion.
They all try to get out of the way. Nobody successfully gets completely out of the way.
Get wrecked!
All of the gargoyles shriek. And Elias Vorton, tries to pull his cloak over him, and you can see it like it burn, away, exposing his arm. And he kind of lowers it, looking super pissed off now. But you can tell you have damaged all 6 of them.
Mm-hmm. It's 9. It was just power, so that's like 9, right? If they have before.
I'm not going to tell you how much it is because it is a degree of
success.
No,
that's fine. That's just I was just letting you.
Yeah.
That's my powers.
Oh yeah. Oh, I got
before
that.
if they have any other fancy stuff. Just
So that brings up Elias. Elias Vorton. He fires a blast that bursts at all 3 of you. Give me wait, are you trying to take it or are you trying to dodge it?
What's the difference between those 2 rolls?
Coordination if you're trying to dodge, just strength if you're going to try and weather it.
Okay. I think I've tried to do this before. I'm so sorry. I like an area of effect like a burst. If I try to interpose, that won't work, right?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Plus, you're standing. Yeah, it's like you just made your move, so it's like
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's still my yeah. Okay. It would give up my next turn probably, but okay, yeah, I can't do it with an AoE.
No, I don't think
I don't think
we
so.
did it that way.
No, I'm saying I don't think we can. I think I've asked before and I couldn't.
Yeah, okay.
So okay. I'm gonna try to take it.
All right, Ulez, what about you?
I would like to roll out of the way, please.
Give me a coordination roll, Ulez.
Do a little barrel roll. 11.
Ulez, you roll along the ground and
Fucking
get
roll.
free of the magic burst. Benny, you
12.
take a blast. 12. Which is absorbed entirely by your damage resistance. He does hit you, and you would have been damaged, but you are cool. And
Very hot, actually.
you are extremely hot. Sorry. And Goldie takes a hit, and you can hear her kind of She feels that and looks pretty angry. Before we get to the gargoyles, Tadrax, you swoop around that corner and you see Marty run to a wall. He touches the wall and it revolves and he disappears behind the wall.
I'd like to blast through the wall.
Give me a blast roll.
15. No, sorry, 16.
Okay, they easily just boom. You blast away, and it's such a powerful blast. Like the whole bunker kind of shakes. You even all the three of you feel it back. You know, at the site where you're fighting the gargoyles around the corner. The rocks break away, and you see Marty. He is now standing in like a control room full of like kind of like 1940s like technology, you know, radio stuff and like, very primitive kind of looking machines. And he turns to you and he says, "You're too late. Say goodbye to Port Ruby."
I'm going to continue moving into him and through the panel.
You keep moving towards him, and you feel the whole building starts to like rumble.
Yeah, I'm going to put the guy through a panel.
Give me a prowess roll.
I realize now I had switched to aura, so I should have been significantly lower on the blast. It was a 4 on the die for what that was worth. I apologize for the error.
It's okay. We'll just say it was close enough.
Yeah, so I'll consider myself not as having my aura on now. So that prowess roll is only a 12.
You punch him with your hands, or you're using your Palladium buckler, or what are you doing?
I'm going to be using my buckler. That sounds like it hurts more.
All right. You just crack him, and he just goes flying and smashes into one of the machines. There's like sparks fly everywhere, and he immediately, I mean, Marty, not a particularly tough guy, just slides down and falls on the floor unconscious. You can feel the whole building rumbling around you.
I'm going to go save Port Ruby from this missile, but first you should know. I stole your fiddle.
He doesn't move because he's out like a light.
Yeah. I want to use the vibrations to localize where this launch bay is. I want to find the out.
Give me a complex task roll.
16.
You follow the vibrations back into the hallway, around past the point where he went through the secret passage. You're going in the opposite direction where the team is fighting the gargoyles, and you fly down another hall. And then there is another one of these ladders that leads up, and you shoot up. Just fly right up past the ladder. And at the top, there is one of these iron doors. How do you want to open this?
Blast it off its hinges.
Give me a blast roll.
They are the harmonic resonance juggernaut right now. 16. It's the only number this die rolls at the moment.
All right, we will come right back to you. The gargoyles attack. I am going to do them as minion combat style. I'm just going to make one roll for them, and then I'll dole out some damage to y'all if they are able to do damage.
Okay.
They shoot acid blasts out of their mouth in the direction of the three of you. So give me, coordination if you're trying to dodge, strength if you're going to try and weather it.
Gosh, rude.
I will roll for Goldie.
8. To run away. To roll away. I'm still on the ground. I'm still rolling.
11 to stand my ground and take it.
All right. Benny, 11 to stay on the ground.
Stand my ground. I'm
Not
still
stand
on
your ground and take it. They roll a moderate success. You hit it. You get hit with the acid. Whatever this acid is, your damage absorption does not quite seem to
Bubbles
fully
into the liquid.
function. Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of mixes with the lava.
I
That being
like it.
said, it is not as bad as it could
Could be. Yeah.
Benny, you take 5 damage.
Okay.
Ulez, you said you got an 8?
Yeah.
Okay, you roll out of the way. You also hit with a moderate success.
Oh no.
I've got
You've got
Placium armor.
You got armor? You got armor?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
damage
right. You have the
resistance for
Placium
me?
armor, damage resistance 4. So
That's really, I forget it's so good.
Ah.
You've been stacking.
Well, it's
Ulez,
plus a bunch of things have added to it.
you also lose 5 stamina. You are down to 2. And Goldie is also hit. She
Grab
kind
the
of, recoils at getting hit by it. It kind of burns away the sleeve of her
God.
clothes. You can see a scar form down her arm. And then she fires a blast at Elias Vorton.
Gonna punch him
And
in
she
the face.
hits him, taking a little more stamina off of Elias Vorton. He definitely recoils and does not look happy being hit by the blast. That brings up Ulez Galley.
Light blast to get some of my health back.
Yeah.
Again, the gargoyles. I know that's not who I should be hitting, but Ulez can't.
That's okay.
They
You
have
do
a
what
hard
you
time
do.
hitting people.
That's okay. You get them down. It's
Yeah.
it's good.
Give me a light blast roll.
I want to spend a point of determination to make it a blast.
Oh, get everybody.
Yeah,
Oh, like
all
a
the gargoyles.
Like a burst blast?
Burst blast. Yeah, thank you. That was the word.
Okay.
Get him.
You are using Strangely Protective?
Yeah, that feels correct. Because, we're getting shit on a little.
A little bit.
Okay, that works.
Mages, huh?
Yeah, you could also probably draw on, if you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us.
Yeah.
So it's like you got your options. So what did you get?
5 and 4 is 9.
Okay, that is a moderate success, but it's a moderate success as a blast. So you draw 1 point from each gargoyle, bringing you back up to 7.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Go,
light
buddy.
brightens up again.
And you hear Goldie like, wow, that's fantastic. Very interesting people. And that brings up Benny.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna punch this dude in the face. Like, we got lava on. She shakes out so I think some of the acid drips out between some of the lava, and she shakes it off and uses that momentum. She's just gonna punch him straight in the face.
Give me prowess roll.
He didn't move away from me. That was his mistake.
Mm.
Okay, prowess. That is okay. I gotta remember. Okay. That's a max roll, so that's a 19.
You hit Elias Vorton. He tries to dodge out of the way. You score a massive success.
And that is, I believe, 16 damage. Unedited, but that's 16 damage.
Yeah, he absolutely his head cracks against the stone wall behind him, the concrete wall, cement, whatever it was, and you hear this audible like a crack, like an egg cracking, only really loud. And the second it happens, the 5 gargoyles just blink kind of out of existence.
Huh.
Are you okay? Is everybody okay?
And Goldie's like, that's some punch.
I'm getting good. I'd say.
I would say you are.
Goldie.
Cadrax. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Oh.
contact Cadrax. I'm going to heal Goldie.
Okay.
Not asking you
Meanwhile,
to. I can't contact Cadrax.
Oh, yes!
Goldie, says, you should really have one of those. And she draws a rune in the air, and Ulez, your calm suddenly like glows, and then like a second one of it just appears right next to it, kind of right next to your ear, and drops to the floor.
Oh,
And
cool.
Goldie kind of picks it up and hands it to you and is like,
I gotta
think
turn
you'll
off.
find that identical.
Yeah, I turn off my lava and I'll pick it up and.
Yeah, you now have a comm device that works exactly like all the other ones do.
Yay! Thank you.
Now,
Goldie.
meanwhile, at the same time that all this was happening, Cadrax, you blast that iron door off with the utmost ease and fly up, and you immediately come out of the ground next to the lighthouse. And you can see that the top of the lighthouse has kind of retracted, and the lighthouse is actually this giant missile silo, and it fires a missile straight up into the air. The missile is incredibly fast, probably faster than you are. What do you want to do?
It will have so much more velocity than I can possibly have if I let it have any degree of acceleration.
You can certainly spend some determination to try and catch it if you want, but this is your discretion.
2 points. 3 points of community determination.
There are
3.
3 points
Oh my
of community
god.
determination, and Cadrax themselves has 1.
Yes.
Use it all.
Loaded.
Here's what I will put forth to all as I launch myself up toward the missile. I could try to blast it and detonate it early, but it has to get clear of the island. I have to blast myself up to it to catch it. And then, once it's far enough away, it has to detonate. So I am going to initiate my flight, but in the same way that I tried very long ago and that I saw Sunny, that I saw the Knights of the Red do many times, blast up with their voice to get some height. I'm going to use mine to push that extra bit, because gosh, can I get some push.
Yes.
From that.
You know what? That's brilliant. Give
I'm
me a
going to
complex
spend
task
determination to stunt.
roll. Okay. Yours or the community?
Mine. This is...
Okay.
Could you also use determination to up the power level? Would that make you
so
faster?
what this will be, in fact, is an extra effect on my harmonic resonance for flight at my harmonic resonance level, rather than use my own flight.
Got it. Very cool.
I love this. Oh my god. Cadrax,
I'm very nervous.
what are you using? Like Uphold My Oath?
Yes.
Okay. Give me your complex task roll.
I can't see the die from this angle. Oh god, it's a 16.
You blast your voice kind of behind, and it's like a turbo boost. You shoot out following the rocket as it like heads over the bay and going faster than you have ever gone before. You are probably flying, I would say, level 5, level 6 by now, and just shooting like a jet. And you find yourself right beneath the rocket as it clears the Crescent Bay area, you can see the skyline of Port Ruby in the distance.
See you soon. Find Vian. Blast.
Give me a blast roll.
I'd like to call on the community determination. Thank you.
What quality are you using?
I don't want to call on upholding my oath, although this is part of sort of that same vibe necessarily.
One of us, all of us. If you're
but
using
yeah, that's the
determination, that makes
thing.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
that works too.
protecting Port Ruby. And if there's what more Port Ruby sentiment is there? Then you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us.
It's like the end of that first Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie.
Yep.
You mess with one of us, you mess with all us.
I had never thought of it in that context until this moment.
It's a great movie. How'd you do?
Dirty 20.
Whoa! Cadrax, you swoop around, so you are now flying kind of with, facing up at the sky, up at the missile, and you fire a blast with absolutely all the determination that you have got in your soul. And that rocket, big enough to deal massive damage to Port Ruby, explodes. Your damage resistance, nothing compared to that. And everything goes black as along with the shell of the missile, you just fall into the bay and sink.
Have we gotten out? Do we see that happen?
No, you were still making your way. You had to climb, find the ladder first and make your way up. Or Ulez could have teleported you back to the cemetery.
I most likely would have done that. We're not going down that tunnel. That was a creepy tunnel.
So we can say that, as you get back, as you appear in the cemetery, you can see, sort of the smoke in the sky over the bay.
Can we see?
I'll also say by this point, it is getting kind of dark.
Can we see where a disturbance in the water?
Give me an investigation roll. Anybody who wants to look for disturbances
do you
in the
see
water.
it?
Yeah.
In the water.
Let's see what I find out. 12?
Because I'm headed down there, regardless. I'm moving.
You look, but water reform. It's like, unless you were watching the minute they fell in, it's like the water, the surface of the water just becomes the surface of the water.
I'm Benny's running at the beach. I want to take a point of community determination, and I want to find the warmth they just fell. I'm going to find that heat.
Yes.
They were far. They were flying as fast as a jet.
Yeah, I am turning into a giant and a lava, and I am charging into the ocean as a giant lava supernova monster, and I'm going to find my friend.
Right,
I would like art of this.
Yeah.
Giant Benny, lava form, walking through the water.
Oh my god.
Moving. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
White swirly stuff just all over the giant.
It's more. There's this time. This is the second time she's done it. There's a little bit more of that silvery
as you
white going
grow.
Mm-hmm.
You shoot into the sky, and suddenly fireworks start appearing in the sky over the bay, and you hear people applauding, and some of them are pointing to you, and you hear somebody like, "This is the best show they've ever done," and you head off into the bay. Benny, give me. This is a stunt, so give me. You paid your coordination. What quality are you using?
I am going to use fiercely loyal.
Oh, great!
I am not going to let them be alone.
Just a few minutes over here, folks. So Cad, you walk. Give me a. I guess this would be.
Is this awareness
Yeah, like
on a power roll, or is it a power roll?
I feel like.
Oh, it's a detection. I'm
to
doing.
sense
I'm doing.
heat, right?
I'm doing
Yeah,
detection.
you have to
I'm
use your
making.
powers.
That's what it is. I couldn't remember how I did it. Yeah, I'm adding basically detection to my detect heat.
Okay.
And I'm moving fast so that I can get out there because I'm big. So it's power. That is. Oh my god! I'm stressed. I can do math. That's a 13.
It is ever so faint, but using the smoke in the sky from the explosion as your guide, you are able to get to the spot, and you reach down and
No, I
just-
sink down underwater. I don't have to breathe when I'm lava. I don't need any life
better.
support. So I submerge and get smaller. Not all the
And
way
then-
small, but small enough that I have a better sense of like scale.
and with the bright light from your lava,
glowing through
you
the
are
ocean.
able to find Cadrax
All right.
sinking now almost at the bottom.
I'm gonna shrink to normal size, like in front of them, kind of suspended. How far down are we? Are we super far?
20,000 leagues. No.
Like I'll be able to swim us up, is what I'm asking.
Yeah, I would say, yeah.
You don't
Okay.
gotta
It's
breathe.
pretty deep. It's pretty
I
deep,
don't
but you
need
don't
to.
have to breathe. So yeah.
Okay. And he's gonna we're underwater, but she knows the best way that she's gonna be able to get us out of here is if she stays lava. So she just kind of says, like, into the water. There's not really, it's like muffled. So, sorry, Cadrax. And I'm gonna grab you mostly by the sides of your coat, like grab the like the sides of your coat and bunch it up. And I'm going to use my stretch to make my legs into like mermaid tail, like a fin, and push us up as fast as I can, so I don't have to touch them for very long.
Lava mermaid. I'm not even gonna make you roll for that. I love this so much. It works as an
And it's dark, and there's this just glow coming from the top of the ocean. So Ulez just sees this glow get smaller and smaller and smaller, and
They're
then bigger and
looking over
bigger
the
and bigger
water.
again as it like bubbles. It's bubbling too because she's hot.
Oh god, yeah.
Bubbles up and out of the water.
That is amazing. And you make it back to shore with Cadrax's body.
Once I'm above water, I'm gonna turn back into Benny so I can carry them and swim, so I don't hurt them. I just needed to get out of the water with the lava.
Sure. Keep things moving. I'm gonna say.
Yeah. So I'm not touching. I don't want to touch them for very long. As lava.
You bring Cadrax's body back to Cottage 29 at the Crescent Cottage, and Cadrax, you wake up shooting back to life as you tend to do. But this time, not 8 hours, not 7 hours, not 6 hours, but not even 5 hours. 4 hours after you died this time. 8764.
Do they come back healed, or how do they come back?
Yeah, how do they look?
Cadrax, I would say, you probably have some kind of accelerated healing, but that is a power in the game, so it probably is imperfect. So it's like you probably have scars from the time that, you were half turned to stone, bullet hole wounds, stuff like that, unless Ulez heals them or something.
Say, while they were asleep, I was going to have Ulez transfer healing
Yeah.
from me into Cadrax.
Ulez went into medical mode. They had to help out.
So that they're not hurting when they
Goldie
wake up.
needed
We
some,
spent
yeah.
the 4 hours doing that, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And narratively, I will say that is all a success. We're not in the heat of combat here. And Cadrax, you are back and conscious.
Punched them.
Really good.
And Goldie's like, did she ever? I wish you could have heard the crack.
You okay?
I'll live.
Huh.
Yeah, you will.
Ha, 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 ha.
You are good at that, yeah.
And Goldie makes a drink and spends the night making eyes at Cadrax. And
May I ask?
yeah.
Kind of in the moment, Goldie.
Is there some sort of body removal process that we should take advantage of in that bunker? Do you have a team to investigate the bunker, to disassemble all of the pieces and to make sure nobody else can access it ever again?
Oh, don't worry. I will report it to the correct authorities.
Okay, well, we thank you.
And I'm going to get to work on taking that barrier down as well. Elias Vorton's very powerful, but I think I'll figure it out eventually. And let's say the four of you are able to rest up at Goldie's cottage. And the next morning, you head into downtown where you are able to catch the Doggy Talent Show. Real fast here, since we are a little bit over. I'm going to ask you each to tell me what you see at the Doggy Talent Show, starting with Cadrax Eversinger.
Yes, Cadrax has Marty Rowland's liberated fiddle by their side as they observe a competition called The Song of My People, whereby the dogs engage to determine the best awu. It seems somehow particularly resonant for them.
Ulez Galley, what do you see at the Doggy Talent Show?
I'm just gonna go with my original idea. Doggy tetherball. And it's 2 dogs and the pole, the rope, the ball at the end, and they have to boop it back and forth. The games go on for a very long time. It's very intense. Like the longest match today lasted like a full hour, and the crowd was cheering the entire time.
Man, screw baseball. That should be the national pastime.
Yeah.
Benny Beckett, what do you see at the Doggy Talent Show?
So I, Caitlin Bruder, very recently learned that there is doggy ball dancing. Not like ball dancing, but like you do choreographed dance routines with your dog, basically in the big showrooms. It's amazing, and I definitely need to see several of those routines.
And it is a good time. And after it's over, you all meet up with Goldie again. And she says she contacted Prime Minister Churchill, who talked to the FBI, and they rounded up the rest of Marty's men. And she says, after having someone talk to all of Roland's prisoners, I realized that they were all people who had seen parts of his operation. Some saw equipment being loaded into the tunnels and the graveyard. Some were people who caught men building the silos and the lighthouse, things like that. But no matter, the Crescent Bay Coast Guard have rounded them all of Marty's men up. So it's over. And as for me, I will be headed back to England after I figure out how to get rid of this barrier. These small American towns always give me the willies. Just scratch beneath the surface of the country clubs and the regattas, and there's always a Marty Rowland or two. But before I go, I've been thinking about your problem. If I take the barrier down, perhaps your friend returns and you can time travel again. Now, and she's about to say something when Benny, those 2 little kids you met when you got here on the beach, they kind of come running up to you, little boy and little girl, and the little girl says, "Hi,
Hi.
Remember when I said I got distracted right before my brother started drowning?
Yeah.
I got distracted because of this." And she holds out the time shifter crystal to you.
Oh.
There was this blue flash, and it just dropped into the sand from nowhere a few feet from where we were playing. I know it's yours. I can read people's thoughts, and I saw everything. And then the little boy says, "Althea, come on!" And she says, "Yeah, 1 second, Ozzy." And she turns to you and says, "Thanks, Benny." And then the 2 of them run off into the crowd. And Goldie says, "Is that the time shifter?"
Yeah.
Well, maybe I can help you even sooner then. If Elias's mystic shield kept your friend from materializing because he's a spirit of justice, his essence is still out there, just floating in the time stream. Since you're all part of the same loop, he should just reappear wherever you make your next jump. Can I see that for a moment?
Yeah.
And she looks at it. I've always wanted to try this. And she hands it back to you, Benny, and she joins hands with the three of you. And then she tries to draw a rune in the air. And nothing happens. And then she's, right, it's more of a curve. And then, okay, wait, I think I've got this.
You got this.
And she tries it again. And the crystal starts to glow. And as soon as it does, she lets go of your hands. And the glow gets brighter and brighter and brighter. And then it flashes so brightly that for a moment, all you can see is blue. And then, bam! When the blue light fades, you find yourself standing on a rocky shore. It is a cool, clear day, and all you can hear is the sound of the breeze and the water lapping against the beach. Vian is laying at your feet, unconscious. Behind the sand to your west, there is a thick forest that stretches as far as you can see in either direction. To the north, there's a river, and across it, there's another body of land also covered in a dense forest. When you look due west, across the water, you see a tiny island in the tip of a peninsula. And due south, you see a much larger island, and it begins to dawn on you. Jake, can you put up the arrival map? Is that up? I don't know if I can tell from this.
We don't have the same feedback, yeah.
Yeah, it begins to dawn on you. It's Port Ruby. You're on the shoreline of what in your time is Fort Trumbull. And in your time, there's a water taxi stand here. You've stood here. You've seen this view before. But right now, there's nothing. Whatever time this is, Port Ruby is not there. And we will pick up right there 2 weeks from now. Thank you so much, everybody, for sticking with us. We are taking next week off, so some of our players can do some stuff, but we will be back on April 17th. And telling y'all right now, this is going to be a pivotal episode in the whole run of Power Play. The last two of the season are always sort of like our big two-part finale, and for people who have been watching the whole time, you know that often that episode 9 is bigger than episode 10. So April 17th, be right back here. Real quick, go around the table, tell the good people where they can find you, starting with B. Zelda.
Hello, all. I have been the shocked, confused, and appalled, but pleasantly surprised B. Zelda. You can find me on Twitter as @B_Zelda. I'm a podcaster, streamer, community manager for D&D Adventures League, and gosh heck, thank you, Rick.
Oh, thank you, B. This was such a fun one. Oh my god, I love watching Willa do detective stuff. You are truly the greatest detective in the universe.
In the universe.
Caitlin Bruder.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Bruder, and I was given a lot of plot things for our last couple of episodes. Good golly. You can find me on Twitter, KKAMABR, for all of my things that I'm doing. You can find me on Wednesdays at twitch.tv/rule of lore. And you can make me send you confetti in an envelope, amongst other things, if you check out my coffee, which is Bruder Caitlin.
And Sam Delev.
I was, am, and will be Cadrak's Nazi puncher.
Yeah.
Thank you again, Rick. Remember, you too can make all of your characters Nazi punchers if you just punch enough Nazis. To see me just destroying and otherwise deriving justice from stories across the internet, please follow me on Twitch. My schedule is twitch.tv/Delevely, DELEVELY, and on Twitter for all my one-offs at Tchaikovsky, CHAIKOVSKY. In particular, please join me on Tuesday for the premiering episode of Demiplane's Children of Erte after show on the Erte, a pun so bad it could only have come from me.
Sam DeLev, thank you so much. I'm Rick Budd. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at rbud913, or you can follow the show at PowerPlay RPG. I will be back here with all 4 of our heroes on April 17th, so 2 weeks from today. And once again, Crescent Bay is a creation of our incredible friend Omar Najam. This whole episode is to pay tribute to him in the incredible setting that he created, and I kind of tried to remix some of the elements of his book, to get them in there. I hope I even came close to doing it justice, but you can decide for yourself by going to our Discord and reading The Maritime Mystery at the Crescent Cottage, which is just too freaking brilliant to be believed. Thank you, Omar. And on that, the theater goes dark, and we are on Bray Island. It is, oops, I forgot to write down a date. I think, sorry, wait, hang on. I've got the date. No, I've got it. Give me 1 second. Sorry. Damn it. See, sometimes my notes just not all they could be. We are on Bray Island, and it is Friday, September 17th, 2020. 2021. Friday, September 17th, 2021. I could possibly make that more confusing. It is day, and we are at Astro headquarters. Technicians and scientists frantically race around, conferring with each other, monitoring equipment, trying to do their jobs in what is clearly a state of barely restrained panic. In one of the conference rooms adjacent to the main monitoring bay, Dr. Sutton, played by Elliot Page, and Dr. Mosley, played by William Jackson Harper, are sitting at a table. Dr. Sutton watches stoically as Dr. Mosley talks to someone on the phone. Mosley says, "We don't know, sir. Apparently the ships move much faster than we believed they would." He listens. Yeah, well, that doesn't matter right now. They're here, and our sensors are saying they're spreading out in orbit, surrounding the planet. And he listens again. So far, the ships have only been spotted over major cities, but we don't know how long that'll be the case. They certainly have enough craft to cover a lot more territory than that. Listens again. Well, we're doing everything we can. We're monitoring the situation closely, trying to communicate with them, although we've not received any responses yet. We're conferring with the military. We've reached out to the team of supers that we sent to Spire, but they seem to be MIA right now. He listens. No, not yet. We weren't sure but yes, sir, right away. He hangs up. Dr. Sutton says, "What did he say?" And Mosley says, "He wants us to make the call." And Sutton raises an eyebrow. "You mean?" And Mosley says, "Yep." Sutton shakes his head. "I'm not sure I like this one bit." Mosley picks up the phone. "Me neither, my friend. Me neither." And as he starts to dial, we cut to black. Thanks for playing with us.